not on. My mic's not on. My mic's not on. I did it last week. I've done it again. I'm not going to look at the chat because it bums me out when everyone just types, mic, you're muted, you're muted, you're muted. I'm just going to wait until that cycles through. So, yes. Hi, everybody. And I also muted again, all in caps. Be kind, please. Hi. So, yeah, welcome back to youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. I am Johnny Chiodini. It is very hot. It is summer. And our buildings are just not built for it. So I'm wearing a tank top. Please behave yourselves. Today, what are we painting? We're painting Sisters Repentia from Warhammer 40k. These are part of the Adeptus Sororitas army, or the Sisters of Battle. And basically, these are nuns who have done a naughty. They've sinned, so they've been stripped of their armour, and they have been turned into Sisters Repentia, where they basically earn their armour back and purge themselves of sin by running about on the battlefield with no armour on, just their dedication to the faith, and a massive chainsword. So this one is obviously one I've already painted. So I've got more of them. I've got 5 of these that I underpainted. God knows, well, hardly underpainted. It's just a Zenithal highlight. I underpainted these months and months and months ago, like 10 months ago maybe. And I thought it's about time I get them on the table and finally do them. So we're going to do a little batch of 5. How is everybody doing? Aoife Byrne has done a super chat of the pair that's reclining with a sports band on going, how's it going? It's going pretty well, Aoife. Thank you very, very much. And there was also a super chat at the very start of this, before I started. I believe it might have been CookieCat94 who asked about my thoughts on the Sea of Thieves Pirates of the Caribbean crossover. My thoughts are, I'm really not sure about this because, I mean, like, that new enemy type looks interesting. I really like it when Sea of Thieves does like a full-blown story. I think that's great. It's just I feel quite uncomfortable about Pirates of the Caribbean specifically as a property, because I don't think Johnny Depp is a very nice person. Basically, I think the stuff that came out in the press about his marriage to Amber Heard. I mean, I don't think she didn't exactly come off well from that either, but I don't think he's very pleasant. So I'm not that jazzed about having his likeness sort of just plastered all over a game that I play to wind down and relax. But it is what it is, and I hope those weird crab enemies stay in the game as like a normal enemy. And there was a crab celebrating on a cannon, and if we can have crab pets, I'll be delighted. So there we go. A couple of super chats rolling in. Emmy Little has done a super chat saying, take my money for just being awesome. Thank you very much. I will. That's very kind of you. Thank you for the super chat. And hi, Emmy. And Tom Titherington has done a super chat saying, hi, Johnny. I'm not feeling well today, but I'm sure your stream will help me out, with a little heart emoji. Oh, because it's saying love to all. I understand how text works. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Tom, but yeah, hopefully this stream will make you feel a little bit better, or at least distract you from what's making you feel rubbish. You can probably hear a fan in the background. I'm not going to turn that off. I need it. Captain Coke Can, what an incredible username, has done a super chat saying, love you, Johnny. I'm ready to chill out and melt at the same time. How's the new tat healing? It's going all right, actually. It's peeling, and it's still quite itchy, but it's not as itchy as it was. So I got it done last Thursday, so we're more than a week in, so it's really getting there, and I really, really like it. So hello to everyone watching. There's 202 of you right now. We've got Revenant, Alan Stewart, Aidan Folks, Doc Eyebrow, Keep Calm and Reload, Scott Perkins, Michael Berthelson, Phil McThree, Mark Kerwan, Captain Coke Can, Tom Titherington, Jan Pales, or is that Jan? I'm very sorry. Emily Little, Dan Kelleher, Where's My Jetpack, Koei Oh Wow Godsey, Secret Emerald, James West, RV Dammit, Josh Warrior, Chris Ashworth, The Shy Bye Guy, Arcadia, Alan Stewart, Martin Cox, Thomas Bernson, Artima Bale, Ray, Hermit Prime, and Valdis Fox, who just typed sweaty, all in caps. Carl Moulton, Mancoy, Bade. There's a whole host of you, and you're all very, very welcome. Rocky 1236789. Shit, I did it wrong. Rocky 123698745 has done a super chat saying, celebrating my 24th birthday today and just sat down for my own painting session. Wanted to give you a present, so it's like your birthday too. Rocky, that's lovely. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to us, I guess. That really is very, very kind. And blimey, they're rolling in today. Burrito's done a super chat saying, hi, Johnny, how are you? Here's my thank you for Christian, the anarcho-nihilist, chaotic, neutral Hornbill. Thank you very much, Burrito. I'm doing well. I'm sweating a lot today. A buzz cut is not enough to save me from the heat. But I really appreciate the super chat, and I'm really glad that Christian, the Hornbill, went down so well. For those of you who are confused, Christian was a bird that showed up in the Oxventure and was a self-avowed lover of chaos. And it was jolly good fun. So, right, let's get some painting done. What do I need? Ooh. I remember, I bought a new... Yes, okay, here we go. Tan. And this is pale flesh. That's what we'll do for some of them. And for others, wow, that's separated, isn't it? Aha. Okie dokie. That goes there, that goes there. You'd think I would have laid these out earlier, but I didn't. So what we're going to do a mixture of skin tones today because I like doing a mix of skin tones. It's that simple, but struggling to find all the brown paints I have. There's one. That's dryad bark, that'll do. I'm sure the others will turn up. They turned up. What do you know? So we're going to do a mix because it's fun to paint different skin tones and also just a kind of it makes me feel weird if I have just an entirely Caucasian army. So gonna do some like lighter skin tones and some darker ones and just sort of get a mix on the table, which is pleasant. Oh, it's very warm. Sorry, I was just responding to a message. Okie dokie. Right, 8 minutes in, and we're finally opening some paint. There we go. So, oof, goodness me. What are you all working on? Are you doing any hobbying? I almost dipped my brush in my drinking water. Are you staying hydrated? That is an important thing. Carl Moulton says, do you reckon the Vatican just has saw blades lying around? I mean, maybe. Probably not. Oh, crap. Oh, shit. I just closed chat by mistake. I got a new mouse recently, and it's got buttons on the side that apparently correspond to back, which is quite irritating. So give me a sec. I can't see what you're saying right now. Although I think I saw Ronnie saying they're just going to be chilling because I don't feel great. I hope you're all right, Ronnie. Live control room. Here we go. And we are back. Phew. So... do they have saw blades hanging around in the Vatican? Well, it's entirely possible. I don't have my paint lamp on. That's why this looks weird. The heat really has done a number on my ability to think today, it seems. I will paint this leg and then we'll get right back to it. Starting off with sort of a darker skin tone. This is just called Tan from Vallejo. And then we're going to layer that up with some lighter stuff. But I think I just missed a super chat. I did. Thomas Bernson has done a super chat saying, it's scorching even here in Scandinavia. Why, Sai? Darshan question. Do you think you'll play with viewers at some point during a gaming stream? Absolutely. Just need to pick the game, really. I absolutely don't see why not. If there's something where I can just create a public lobby. So we used to do that when I was at Eurogamer. You know, we used to do, like, some PUBG stuff. Like we did... like PUBG Zombies, that was good fun. and what were the other ones we did? I can't really remember, but it's always nice to just sort of get the community in. When I was at GameSpot ages ago, I used to stream Chivalry. I used to get people in that just so they could run around in the same game and try and chop me to bits. I haven't played since last week's stream. I haven't played Chivalry in a little while, but I'm kind of itching to do it again because I bloody love it. It's just so funny. So I'll probably give it a go again on stream. But yeah, to answer the question, absolutely. Whew. Oh, goodness. Okay. Flash tones, flash tones. Where is my lamp? Oh, it is just there. Give me 1 second. Let's get this set up properly. Hey, Gretchen Carl has done a super chat saying, a little tip from a perpetually overheating line cook. Wet a towel, put it in a container and either refrigerate or freeze. Once cold, place on back of neck to help cool down. Rinse and repeat as needed. You know what? We do that for the dog, but we don't do it for ourselves. We have bandanas that we soak in water and we cool down and then place around her little neck because Watson is a staffy. And thus has very short fur, and so she cannot handle the heat or the cold. She is at her happiest in autumn, so she takes it after me, where it's just a bit more, when it's just a bit more temperate, rather. The rest of the time, she's kind of uncomfortable. So yeah, we try and do that as much as possible. Samuel Maybe has done a super chat saying, "Hey Johnny, love your streams and all you do. Please keep it up as it's 1 a.m. here in the Great Down Under. I'll catch the rest of this in the future." Yeah, fair enough. Good night, Samuel, maybe. I mean, you don't have to go to bed if you don't want to, but I completely understand why now might not be the best time to watch this stream. So, yeah, catch you very soon. Thank you for the super chat and for the very kind words. That's really nice. Right. Let's actually blown out the view a little bit, so let's do that. So this charming Repentia, I don't know if you can see this. Have I got more zoom to give? No. Okay, let's go right up close. It's hard to see because they're... oh, in fact, I'll just paint their face and then you can see it. They're wearing some kind of, like, head wrap thing. So they can't actually see, it looks like, but their face is kind of poking out. And it's hard to tell right now. I'll show it to you later when I've painted it a bit more, but it looks like their mouth is open, their tongue is sticking out, and they've got something going through their cheeks to keep said mouth open, which is pretty grim. But like I said, these ones are like Sisters Repentia. They're trying to earn back their trust. They are from Warhammer 40k, which is set in the future, so they are trying to uphold the empire of the God Emperor and drive out heretics, because the God Emperor is all, and his power and his love. Not a lot of good guys in 40k, I'm not going to lie. It's they're few and far between. Some would go so far as to say there are no good guys. Some would go so far as to say only the Tyranids are good, and maybe the orcs. But the humans, definitely the baddies in 40k. But we're painting them up anyway. Wow, super chats are coming in thick and fast today. Joshua Hillmanator Hillman says, I made it back to one of these finally. Welcome back, Joshua Hillmanator Hillman. I neither said Joshua, but I didn't. Brendan R has done a super chat just saying, just found out my SSRI is causing my excess sweating. I laughed at my GP when she asked if I wanted to stop using it. I think it's working. Thanks for a wonderful place I feel comfortable to share. Thank you for the super chat, Brendan, and for sharing. I take SSRIs, and while I don't sweat overly in the day, at night time, while I'm asleep, wham, just sweat constantly. Even in the winter, I will wake up and I can be absolutely bathed in sweat. It's great fun, but I think I feel like you. As a side effect, it is fine versus the alternative. So I'm all right with it. No, we'll do you in a darker skin tone. This one. Okay. Simon Rag has done a super chat saying, feeling inspired by Egbert's polymorph weapon, I'm currently homebrewing an Oath of Chaos and Chance for a friend's paladin while the puppo snoozes on me. That sounds like a pretty bloody great afternoon. If you ask me. I wish Watson doesn't snooze on me very often. Watson doesn't really like my lap. My legs aren't the right length. It's not comfortable for her, so she just very rarely gets in it. But having a cuddle with her is one of the best things, especially having a little nap. I had a nap earlier, and she wanted to get under the covers, and it was like, no, you don't want this, and neither do I. I'm sorry, dog, but you are mistaken. Emma Benton says, I don't know how many of you have seen it, but I damn near cried watching Johnny play Horizon Zero Dawn for the first time. I'm so happy, and I'm trying really hard not to be annoying about it, lol. I mean, to be honest, go off. If you're enthusiastic about something, be enthusiastic about it. It's not annoying. If people get irritated, like, that's on them to be sort of harshing on your joy. It's a great game. I'm really glad that everyone suggested I play it on the second season of Pressani Chiodini, and that I finally started. I don't know why I didn't play it the first time round. You know, that's so often the way where you're like, why didn't I play this? Like, well, you just didn't, did you? And I'm glad, actually, I waited until now and I've got time to dedicate to it. So I think one of the things about working in a fast-paced environment like video games is that you find that you don't have very long to play a game before you have to move on to the next thing. You know, like I loved Monster Hunter World, and I was playing it and having a great time, and then after about 2 weeks, if that, I really didn't get to put much time in compared to as much as I would have liked. Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out, so I was slamming into that and just trying to get as far through that as possible before the next thing rolled around, and I moved on to that, and it's just kind of... It's fun having your finger on the pulse and being kind of at the forefront of covering things and helping people decide whether or not they want to buy something. But you really just feel like you don't have time to stop and smell the roses. And the pressure is always on to be on to, you know, the next thing and keep doing that and blah-de-blah-de-blah. Yeah. Okay. Darker tones, darker tones. Yeah, let's do the next 3 of these in darker tones. Frodo Baggins says, heresy! Hello, Frodo Baggins. I just hit my elbow. I am accident prone at the moment. I don't know why. Oh. Specky4i has done a super chat saying, I can't read today. Writing a campaign where the party will be hunting an owlbear to save it from poachers. Any suggestions? Give the owlbear uncommon intelligence. Not so much that they can, you know, for example, it's animal friendship or speak with animals. Animal friendship doesn't work on an owlbear. Anyway, I got that wrong when we did it for the Oxventure, but everyone, you know, knows that owlbears are like, they're not that smart. Make this one unbelievably smart. Make it like, you know, a xenomorph or a velociraptor in Jurassic Park. Make them fear it. Frodo Baggins says, it seems like 40k is not are there any good guys, it's who's the least terrible out of everyone. Yes, correct. That is entirely right. Cookie Cat 94 says, don't let them talk to the owlbear. Agreed. Okay, so we're going to do darker skin tones, which is why, surprising as it might seem, I've cracked out Genestealer Purple, because as a base colour, purple is actually really good for getting some warmth into the skin tones, because black skin behaves very differently to lighter skin tones, and the pigmentation is completely different because obviously, you know, there's that much more melanin, and actually there's sort of a lot of sort of blue and purple tones in there. I don't know much about colour theory, but I do know that slapping down some purple on the model before you put some brown colours on it really helps the skin pop. So that's what we're doing. Nick Jeffries on a super chat saying, hi Johnny, have a donation to celebrate the fact that I got to see my dad for the first time in about a year yesterday. We watched the England game. That sounds wonderful. I hope you sincerely hope rather that you enjoyed it. That's amazing. I've not seen my parents in a while either, and it is It's funny how you miss it. Just the sort of casual interaction of being like, hello. But I'm going to see them soon, so that's good news. It's been a couple of months, but that's about it. And yeah, there we go. I didn't watch the England game. I'll tell you what I was doing instead. But first, there's a super chat from Bob, who says, "Hey, Johnny, been a while. How's it going? Been a rubbish week and a half, but things finally looking up. Plus painting stream. Yay! I'm sorry that things have been a bit rough, Bob, but I'm glad that they're on the turn now. Thank you very much for the kind words in the super chat. And yeah, I hope whatever it is sorted now, and you're able to just sort of chill out a bit, because it's important to rest after a stressful period like that. People often joke that like being an adult is just constantly being like, oh, things are really hectic, but if I can just get through this week, it should be fine until you die. And to a large extent, that's true, but it is really important to stop and go, I need a break, I need to recharge every once in a while. So use this time to chill the fuck out while you can, Bob. So, yeah, England game yesterday, because obviously the European Championship is it the Championship? I can't remember what they call it, European Cup. The Euros, they're on at the minute, and so there were lots of people in my building watching it, so we sort of got updates from the screams coming through the open window, weird as that sounds. But I was doing a different sport. I was playing in a Blood Bowl league. I'm part of a league with some friends, and I got my first league matches in. And they went well, and then disastrously badly. So I'm playing a dwarf team. Now, dwarves in Blood Bowl are very, very hard to injure. You can knock them down easily enough, but actually getting through their armor and hurting them is very, very difficult. They don't move very fast, but like they don't fall down that often. They get up almost every single time, and just generally speaking, they stomp their way through the other through the other team, and score touchdowns. That's the theory, anyway. So my first game, I was playing against my friend's chosen beastmen, and it went all right. I won 1-0. One of my dwarves did die. It was Hulgrim Steeltoe. Got tackled so hard that he just immediately died. So that was difficult. One of my other linemen, Thoradin Tumbledown, that's his name. One of the other models I introduced you to on last week's painting stream, got a broken arm, had to miss the next game, and his passing stat is now permanently one worse, but that's fine because it's a dwarf team. I never pass. Bait has done a super chat saying the problem with dwarves is they always try and walk it in. Not only is that just the best catch-all phrase to get you out of any sports conversation, but in this case, it's extremely true. They really do try and walk it in. My second game, I lost 5-0, which was frankly humiliating. I was playing against a Skaven team. They're famously very, very fast, but they're also very, very squishy. So the idea is that the dwarves just hit them until there are almost none of them left on the pitch, and then they can start scoring touchdowns. It's kind of a classic dwarf Skaven game. But the Skaven, obviously, if they get the ball, they're probably going to score, because some of their pieces can move 9 squares as opposed to the 4, which is the average for my team. And let's see, I suffered another death. It was just a journeyman, so they didn't even have a name. They were just sort of a temp member. That's too watered down. So they died. That was bad. I had 2 players sent off. Both of the Crunkleditz brothers got caught fouling and they got sent off. And I had 3 long-term injuries. So one of my Troll Slayers can now move 1 square less each turn, which is rubbish. And it got to the point where I had 5 dwarves left on the pitch out of a starting 11. I was massively outnumbered by the squishy rats who I was supposed to have stomped all over. But I actually had a great time. Basically, the dice deserted me. If there was a 1 to be rolled, I rolled it. It was humiliating but very, very funny. And at the end of it, I actually came out thinking, you know what? I played my absolute best. I played my arse off. Like, I was playing, I think, like some pretty good defensive Blood Bowl. It's just that the dice, I was rolling spectacularly badly, and my opponent was rolling very consistently well. But that's Blood Bowl. Sometimes you try and do a very simple thing, you mess it up, and before you know it, you're 5-0 down. So there we go. Okay. Do you like my apron, by the way? I'm not wearing dungarees because that would be a death sentence in this heat. But after I dropped my paintbrush on some pretty brand new jeans actually a few weeks ago and got just a large blob of red right on the crotch, I thought I'm going to get myself an apron so I don't ruin any more clothes. Or my lovely office chair, which I am still completely in love with. So yeah, it's a heavy canvas apron is not the ideal apparel for weather like this, but if it means I don't mess up any more of my clothes, then that's fine. Valdis Fox says, sometimes roll good, sometimes a roll of shit. Yeah, Gennaro Gattuso got knocked out, actually, in my second game. He came back on at the start of the second half, but yeah, he got knocked into the crowd, and the crowd beat him up. So, that was fun. WhoMD says, seems like a good excuse to get new dice. They were new dice. That's the problem. But to be honest, they rolled great for me in the first game. So it's, you know, hey-ho. Googly-eyed Skull is in the chat and says, penny for the win. Hi, Monk. Yeah, I basically got the penny because of you. I was like, that's really smart. I'll stop ruining my jeans. Oh, wow, it's hot. Okie dokie. So, we've done our purple skin tones, so it looks like we're painting someone from Guardians of the Galaxy. And we've done our lighter skin tones. I'm going to block in the brown skin tones now, and then we're going to start doing the clothes and the swords and the little tassely bits, and then we'll shade the model. You know how painting works by now. You've seen enough of these. So, oh yeah, the browns. Brown. I'm going to start off with a slightly lighter one. This is Blood Reaver Flesh, which is sort of a rich brown tone with, like, not loads of red in it, to be honest, but it's kind of leaning more that way, I think. I'm trying to get better at spotting sort of tones and specifically colours in paint. Hui! Benton says, wearing jeans is such a chore now. I spent too long in stretchy leggings, lol. Same with shoes. My feet reject shoes now. I had that... last winter I went back to wearing boots pretty much every day, and oh, my feet were just... they hated me. Loki Akai, still single-handedly building a beer garden for me, says, every good beer garden has a craftworks corner. I'm thinking blast furnace and anvil. I think I might get in trouble if I try to put a blast furnace on the balcony of this building, but thank you very much for the super chat. I would definitely take it under advisement. So if I suddenly tweet at 3 in the morning that there are fire engines at my house and that I'm not streaming later on, you'll know what it was. So there we go, we've got some brown going on there. Hopefully you can see, it just looks... come on. Just looks a bit sort of richer than it would if I just slapped that brown on. Right, I can get the camera closer, almost certainly. Oh shit, maybe not. Oh, hello, that's my face. And then turn that. Okay, that's not so bad. Yeah, okay. Oof. Dr. Branger says, howdy, Johnny. I now seem to have a couple of weeks booked in home 24/7. What is it you are doing at the moment, painting-wise? This is a Sister Repentia from the Adeptus Sororitas army of Warhammer 40k. I have a very small, sort of a combat patrol force of this army, because they're just good fun. But I haven't painted them in a very long time, and I thought, you know what? Painting stream, 4 hours, 5 models. I'll if I don't finish them, I'll at least make a very decent dent in it. So that's about where we've got to. And later on you can see me wrestling yet again with that colour I can't stop using, but struggle to get right, cream. Because, whoopsie, I missed their arm. So now there's just a white arm. We'll go back and do that in purple. Right now, in fact, because otherwise I'm going to forget. The Adeptus Sororitas have lots of different orders. The one I picked is the Order of the Ebon Chalice. So, while basically the different colour schemes for the orders are just variations on red and black and cream, Ebon Chalice has a lot more cream in it than the others. So, I'm doing all the swords in sort of that cream colour. Really feels like I'm just rambling. Linon says, drink your paint water. I've been using this jar for quite a long time now, and even though the paint has almost no paint in it, it doesn't look very appealing today. Mr. the Jeff says, will the apology bus be making an appearance later? Yes, Anonymous. These are the people riding in the apology bus. What the hell am I talking about? As I mentioned, these nuns are sinners who are trying to earn back their status and their armor and their valor by proving themselves in combat without armor and just with a sword. And obviously, because they are just wearing tank tops and shorts, which is practical for this weather, it makes them quite vulnerable. So, instead of getting them to run at a shooting line and get guns down before they even reach the enemy, my tactic is that I stick them in a tank, drive them over, park it, and then they get out swinging their swords and being like, sorry! Which is why I have called the tank the apology bus. Where is it? It's just over there. I should really crack on with it. Because I must have started painting that thing a whole year ago, or near enough. It is... I lost my nerve, really, because I was just doing so many shades of cream, and I just felt like it looked like crap. But, right, I'll show you now. I'll clean my brush, and then... Will says, I also painted the sisters I had as Ebon Chalice. They're just brilliant! Those miracle dice. They're great. Give me one sec. Ugh. Real name R says, okay, so Sword Nuns is going to be what makes me get into Warhammer, isn't it? Worse news, they've just got some new models, and they're like nuns with like riot shields and maces. And other nuns like in power mech armor. It's pretty good. Cookie Cat 94 says, so a clown car but a tank. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, underscore poet says, what about the apology mechs though? I've got some of the apology mechs and I've painted them up. I'll show you those as well. Why not? Let's show things off. Give me 1 second. Oh, it's warm. Oh, bit of skin. Behave yourselves. Look at my chair. It's nice. Okay. Where are you? Okay, that's where those are. Give me 1 sec. Oh, shit. And is that where you are? Yes. Okay. Hop, 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 hop. So. Let's do a little show and tell with the Adeptus Sororitas. Okay. Oh, fuck. He's very warm. He's very warm. Okay. Stephanie M says, lol, nundams. I like it. That's brilliant. Okay, so that one's alright. This is a Sister of Battle. Come on, focus. So you can see a lot of cream and the black armor and the red trim. Those are like the infantry, like the foot soldiers, that the Repentia are trying to become again. Now, this is the apology bus. It's not finished. I've still got some details to do, and frankly, every time I look at it, I get a little bit sad. But that's how it currently looks. There it is. Vroom vroom beep beep. I've magnetized the bottom so it'll sit in a box. And in here, in this box, we've got the apology mechs. These are, I can't remember what these are called. Someone will know. But basically, inside are sinners who are driving these infernal machines that basically are powered by their pain, which is pretty great. So I did one mostly in cream. Oh no, some of these have fallen over. And then I did one mostly, come on, in red. As you can see, there's someone strapped to it. Generally speaking, having a terrible time. God, what are these called? Mortifiers or penitent engines. Thank you, Jack Wood and _poet. Also, just because it's here, here is a Hellpit Abomination that I painted up for the Skaven. I painted this years and years and years ago, and it's horrible and I love it. It's great fun. And it once saved me from losing a match of Age of Sigmar. Oh crap. Oh shit. I need more magnets on these, I think. Forgive me. I'll be right back to painting in 1 second. Yeah, that Hellpit Abomination once forced a draw in a game of Age of Sigmar by beating Arkan the Black to death, which was pretty good. Hui. Ah. Okay. Warm, warm, warm. But yes, apology bus. Vroom, vroom, beep, beep. Okay. Just heard Watson grunt. Don't know where she is, but wherever she is, I'm sure she's uncomfortably warm, like me. Huh, _poet says, dude, Skaven and Sisters are my armies. Good choices, frankly. I do like the I like the Skaven and the Sisters, to be honest with you. Although, having played Blood Bowl yesterday and before, obviously, but yesterday's action really did cement Blood Bowl as my favourite Games Workshop game. Like, it is, for my money, so much more fun than Age of Sigmar and 40k and Warcry, and I've not played Necromunda, but it's just great bloody fun. I absolutely adore it. And like, our league's got a little zine, so we all write articles, and it's just really fun. I missed the first day of league matches, and I wrote an article just about how, because mine are Caradron Overlords, are Sky Dwarves, the wind was too strong for them to get to the stadium, so they couldn't land, which is a lie. They were just hungover. I wasn't, but it was, you know, it just worked thematically. Right, so getting more of this brown on here. Nice, rich skin tone. D. Not being too neat because we're going to paint over all this cloth anyway. Oh, so how is everyone enjoying this weird, not quite E3? I'm not going to lie, I've not been watching much. I've sort of been just catching up in dribs and drabs by reading coverage from sites, and it's been really nice. Again, not to feel like I have to watch absolutely everything and beast myself. So yeah, having a good time. Will says, Necromunda isn't actually fun, it's just got good fluff. Kind of feel like I've kind of... That's the vibe I've got. There's a big Munda scene at the one of the gaming clubs I go to, and every time they're like, oh, there's no, you know, like they're just like it's just random shit happens, but it's just narratively interesting. And the world is very cool. Like I'm playing Necromunda Hired Gun right now, which is like, oh, it's an absolute banger of a 7 out of 10 shooter. I genuinely am having such a good time with it. And the world is really cool, and the gangs are really interesting and stuff. But I have no particular desire to start playing it. The Wholesome Direct was the best thing that's happened this E3. That and Slime Rancher 2 and Redfall. Yes, Emma Benton, Redfall looks pretty great, to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to learning more about that. So I think I'd be bang up for it. I'm just increasingly looking for co-op experiences to just sort of chuckle through with my friends. And yeah, that looks great fun. Will says, I need to make it clear, I love Necromunda, but the game is bobbins. Yeah, that sort of tracks with what I've heard, to be honest with you. Ooh. Lots of people excited for Slime Rancher 2, it seems. I never played the first one. Would I like it? Is it survivally or crafty or... Tell me about this Slime Rancher. Oh, well, why are you like this? As you may know, in early editions of D&D, you couldn't actually resurrect elves. There was one obscure exception to this, the Necromancer/Druid/Baker multiclass with its elf-raising flower. Well, just... Come on, buddy. Burrito has done another super chat saying, hey Johnny, question that you can disclose as you see fit. Have the Oxventurers and yourself discussed implementing a morality point system? IMO as adventurous as they may be, they sure kill a lot of people recklessly, lol. We haven't talked about that. And that's just sort of the way it trends. And I think, to be honest with you, I think as much as the Oxventurers, like the characters, do kill a lot of people, I think there's always a kind of... I like seeing it in the faces of the players when they're like, oh God, we're really doing in a lot of people here. And I feel like implementing a morality point system would steer them towards a style of play that doesn't come naturally to them, I think. Chris Ashworth has done a super chat but doesn't say anything because Chris Ashworth has a difficult name to say and is mysterious in that way. The strong silent type, but generous, and therefore very much liked and thanked. Thank you, Chris Ashworth. Chris Ashworth. Chris Ashworth. There we go. Chris Ashworth. Oof. Slime Rancher is great. Happy slimy slimes, says Syrinx32. That's all the review I need. Wow, words are very, very difficult. Okay, we've got another super sticker. This time it's the pair wearing the sports headband with their... Ooh, Slime Rancher is currently £5 on Steam if you wanted to buy it. All right. So it's the pair, and it's got its hands on its hips, and then it turns around and goes, hey, you! And its sunglasses sort of start to slide down. It's pretty cool. Okay, Josh Warrior says, Slime Rancher isn't even remotely survivally. It's more along the lines of suck up cute slimes, put them in happy cages, and then if they get too mixed, they turn into horrible ink monsters. Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm into it. Yeah. Cute, but with possibly horrifying catastrophic side effects if you get it wrong. That sounds like my kind of thing. Oh, I am quite excited for Jurassic World Evolution 2 with the aquatic dinosaurs now. That just sounds pretty good fun. I'm probably going to pick that up when it comes out. Oh, it's also on Game Pass. I don't have an Xbox, but because I gave it to a friend so he could play Sea of Thieves with me. I don't know if it's just on the Xbox Game Pass or whether it's also on PC, but I will have a look. Or I'll just drop a fiver on it on Steam. That sounds fine as well. Will says that turn/hey you was 100% James Rowland. I spend a lot of time hanging out with that man, so not overly surprised. You also feed the slimes and sell what comes out of them. West Coast Weaver, thank you for that information. It is vaguely disturbing, but sounds quite cute. Sorry, my hand itches, so I am slapping it. CookieCat94 says, we need a Jurassic World 2 stream. I will absolutely do that once it's out. I'd happily stream the first one again, to be honest. That was a fun day. Okie dokie, let's do some clothes. Tom Williams asks, has the Sea of Thieves / Pirates of the Caribbean trailer come up in discussion yet? It has. I think it looks like an interesting expansion that they've put a lot of time and effort into. I like it when Sea of Thieves really focuses on story stuff. I think the development team does a great job. However, I feel conflicted about it because I don't think Johnny Depp is a good or nice person, based on just sort of what I've learned about him through sort of his portrayal in the media, and I don't love the idea of spending hours and hours with his likeness in the game, which is a shame, but that is how I feel about it. I do hope that we get pet crabs in the game. Although, to be honest, I'd be up for keeping some crabs, like, in a tank. One of my friends has a large collection of what are they? The sort of the big hermit crabs that, like, can fuck up a coconut. One of them's called Stormzy, and I think all of the others... Oh, no, wait. One of them is called Thanos, because it's got an absolutely massive claw. All the others are called Stormzy. I don't know why, but that's just the way they are. And here we go. I have just painted some booty shorts on this Sister Repentia. Ooh. Emma Benson says, oh good, am I dying again in the new Jurassic World? F for me, lol. I'll try and keep you alive this time, Emma. No promises. No, I'll make sure you don't die. Robber crabs? Rubber crab or coconut crab? Oh, it is a coconut crab. Those are actually a thing. Okay. Then those. This Sister Repentia is getting a red top. Because basically, as long as there's sort of black, grey, red and cream on them, they are recognisably of the Adeptus Sororitas. Super chat from Hannah Axelson, who says, on other end of the murder spectrum of D&D is my group, who is currently discussing starting a food truck business instead of adventuring. That sounds flipping delightful. I love it when people go in for that stuff. I really do enjoy small businesses in role-playing games. I think they're great. Good on your group. Big up to them. It's quite a large brush, but it's getting the job done. Oi, oi, oi. I might need to get another glass of water in a second. Because thankfully you can't see because I'm wearing this apron, and also this tank top is black, but I'm getting a bead on, certainly. Sorry, that is a British way of saying I am sweating, if anyone is curious. Getting a bead on. Isn't language fascinating? Do you know that the word spew predates the word vomit? The word spew comes from Old English and means vomit. And then obviously the Romans rolled in and they were like, oi, how about the word vomit? And we were like, okay, we'll also take Christianity, please. And they were like, mint. There you go. CookieCat94 says, Jorts time? It's never Jorts time, CookieCat94. Never. Not for me. Not for this person. Booty shorts. Booty shorts. Oh crap! I was painting with it out of shot again, wasn't I? There we go. J. Dovey says, Johnny and Jorts for the next charity stream. Please no. Please no, thank you. They're Ian Higdon's thing, you know? If you want to watch somebody who talks about video games on the internet and also enjoys Jorts, you can just go to Ian. I'm not going to try and steal his thunder, especially when his thunder is Jorts. I made myself laugh with that one, didn't I? Craig Heath has done a super chat saying, mentioned last week about first combat session as DM. Yes, you weren't joking about it taking longer than planned, especially as I had a power cut. Not fun. Craig, the power cut sounds rubbish, but at least that was out of your control. Yeah, combat takes flipping forever, doesn't it? Did it go well, though? I hope it did. Don't super chat that. Just type and I'll see it. You don't have to... I always do this. I read a super chat and then I ask a question and I worry that people feel pressured to super chat again. Do not do it, Craig. Don't super chat again. Just tell me. Tell the class. Okay. Yeah, they can have a red top. Oh, wow. Just clumsily painted a bit of their neck red, so that's fun. We'll fix that in a bit. But then, especially in my early stages of painting, so much of painting miniatures was just going back and forth. Like, I need to paint the shirt. Oh no, I've painted the skin. I'll paint the skin. I've painted a bit of the shirt. And it was just me going back and forth with the mistakes getting smaller and smaller until eventually I'd done something fine. And you know what? I think it actually really helped. It just taught me about sort of brush control and just accuracy. It meant that everything took a very long time, but now I feel like, for the most part, I can paint pretty swiftly and quite accurately. So I'm kind of grateful for it, in a way. Like, by being not great at this, I slowly got better. I'm going to move the camera up a touch, because that's... Uh-oh! Oh, that's what's been happening. Oh, wow, that camera is warm. Here's hoping it doesn't overheat. Is that better? Yes, but it just needs to turn a smidge. A bit more. Aha! Yeah, we got it. We got there in the end. Oy, 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 oy. Okay. Nice. That's coming together okay. So there's red on there, red on there. We've got a red top. This one can have a red top. Okay, need a bit more red. CookieCat94 has done a super chat. It says, painting these nuns could be habit forming. Incredible. Incredible. Ah, there we go. I've angled the fan a bit. Hopefully it's not blowing on the mic. I'll do that. That should be fine. West Coast Weaver says, Johnny needs an iconic item of clothing. I recommend a hooded cloak. You know what? Just before the weather got hot, in a sale, I picked up a hooded sort of massive cardigan that, because I'm not very tall, reaches like almost all the way down to my ankles. And it's just like this big cardigan, thing. It looks like a robe, and it's got a big hood, and it's even got a sort of like two hanging like flaps you can throw around your neck as like a scarf. It looks badass. I cannot wait for winter. I mean, I cannot wait for winter anyway, because that's just where I'm at my happiest. Well, this fox says they've got a hickey. I really don't. Don't know how you got that. I don't know where you got that idea from. I scratched myself, but I do not have a hickey. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, Valdis Fox said I meant the model when you painted their neck red. I was like, where? Where have I got a hickey? I understand now. I'm sorry, Valdis Fox. Oh, now I've painted their chin. That's come off. That's fine. Too Cool for Cape says, can you give any advice to someone with a new puppy in the house? Yes, just accept that you're not going to get much sleep. Because new puppies are exhausting. But also, make a habit of handling their paws a lot. And also, like, moving around their lips and sort of pulling up their lips so you can see their teeth and have a look at their gums and even like maybe have a feel of their gums. Get them used to that sort of contact early. Do it loads because it means that when you're coming to check their teeth or the vet is having a look or you need to trim their claws, they'll be a lot more used to it. Or trying to open their mouth to get something they've eaten out of there. If they're already used to you touching their mouth, it will be so much easier. Your vet will thank you, and you'll thank past you as well. There we go. Ooh. Right, I need a glass of water because my throat hurts. So I'm going to be right back. Let's take 2 minutes, everybody. I'm not. You know what? I'm not even going to go to the be right back screen. I'll be less than 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Hold on. Oi. Okay. Hi, everybody. Who just texted me? Right, I got myself some water. I also got myself a non-alcoholic beer because a friend left one in the fridge. Thomas Jackson says, just jumped on. Do we have a Johnny today? We do. I'm having a non-alcoholic beer now because it's in the fridge. Well, it was in the fridge and it's very cold. Is it any good? That's not bad. Actually not bad. Most non-alcoholic beers are disgusting. Well, that's pretty good. Now, although afterwards, it tastes like malt and tastes very sweet, but oh well. Tom Williams has done a super chat saying, only a flying visit today as I have to go take the dog out. Have fun and don't drink all your paint water at once. I promise I won't, Tom. Thank you very much for the super chat. I hope you have a good time taking the dog out and I hope it's not too warm. I haven't been able to walk Watson in a couple of days. I feel pretty bad about it because it's just very, very warm. Oh. So, what have we got to? I'm going to put some music on, because otherwise what's the point in me wearing headphones? You have to wonder. Let's go for one of the daily mixes. Fine. Okay, where did we get to? We've done the red. We've done the red, so let's do some grey. Need Eshin grey for that. Aidan Fox says, never having been into alcohol, I tried non-alcoholic drinks and it just doesn't make sense to me. I know what you mean. I don't really go for non-alcoholic beers, etc. very often, but I guess it works for some people. Like if you're in a pub and you can have a non-alcoholic beer, it's quite similar to the real thing, really. Real name R says, is that a Beck's Blue? They are not the one. No, this is a San Miguel. And it tastes pretty much like San Miguel, which is okay, but it's better than... What's the worst one I've ever had? Cobra non-alcoholic is pretty dire, not going to lie. Nearly dunked my paintbrush in my drinking water. Okie dokie. Sorry, just concentrating on painting the hem of this shirt without getting it on the shorts, which I managed. Oh, I missed a couple of bits of skin earlier, so we'll have to go back and do those. That's how it looks thus far. They're very sporty, kind of all in their sporty apparel, charging into battle with their swords. It's just like the Olympics. The 800-meter chainsword dash. Will says the Brewdog alcohol-free beers are all shite, not because they taste bad, but because they're owned by arseholes. Skills Loading says, paint your drink water? I could paint my drink water. I mean, I very nearly did. I probably will at some point in the next 4 hours, 3 hours, because I don't know if you can tell, but my brain is not functioning at its optimum capacity. Johnny, no summer good. Okay, Tonky Top has been painted. Now it's time for another one. Oh, I did it! I painted my drink water. Dipped my brush in the wrong glass, didn't I? Will says, oh my god, they're basically jolly hockey sticks on school girls on sports day. That's exactly what my school sports days were like. All the jolly hockey sticks girls. their posh accents and their highlights in their hair, just running around with petrol-powered swords, screaming about the God Emperor. Those were the days, eh? Terrified we were. It wasn't just sports day, it was every day. Running around, screaming about heretics. No wonder I didn't have a girlfriend. Made myself laugh. Bodran Mullen says, this is a super chat. Says, this is just a thank you for all your lovely streams in D&D during my last year of my degree. Help keep me sane enough to graduate with a BA Hons. First! Humble brag, soz, but they help loads. Congratulations. That's not a humble brag. That is... Anyone who gets a first is all right in my book. I did not. Good on you. Genuinely congratulations, and I hope you're taking some time to enjoy it now. Stephen Paul is on a super chat saying, sorry I'm late, Johnny, and not been around. I've been busy as of late. Brackets, lots of math. Just watched the new Press Any Chiodini, and oh my goodness, it made my morning. Thank you very much for the super chat, Stephen, but do not apologise. You never need to apologise for not being around or being late or anything like that. This is, you know, I'm not your boss. It's your life. And if you're off living it, then cool. That is absolutely fine. I will never, I promise you, never ever get arsey with anyone for not being about or tuning in late to a stream. There is no late. There is just the time you arrive. You are much like a wizard in that regard. So yeah, there you go. There is no wrong way to watch this channel. I could probably think of some exceptions, but I mean it nonetheless. I hope things are a bit less hectic for you in the next little while. Missed another bit of skin there. I say this a lot, but I swear, painting models is sometimes it is like a bit of a puzzle where you're just working out what bit is what, and sometimes you still don't quite know what things are until you're quite a long way into painting them. So you can see, where is it? Where's the bit I missed? Up here. This bit where it just turns into like, what is this? Is this cloth? Is this shorts? Where is it? This is a thing tied onto her leg, but then there's some flesh here that I missed. But that's fine. I'll go tidy it up. Arcadia says, wrong way to watch. Upside down. I don't know. Upside down could be fun. Troy Zen says, just seen Luke is back for the Nintendo Direct reaction stream tomorrow. Yes! Westaway returns to Outside Extra. That is good. I've missed him. He is a genuine delight. I'm very, very... I mean, I'm absolutely delighted I get to keep working with the Oxventurers in general, but I have missed Luke. It'd be good to chat to him again. Cripes. Wow, these shorts have ridden a long way up. Scandalous. Whoops. There we go. Nothing quite like painting the gusset of a pair of shorts live on the internet to liven up on Monday. BP Phantom has done a super chat saying, caught this week's VOD of Press Any Chiodini, and that reaction to the Threshold kids was just perfect. Looking forward to the next episode. Thank you very much, BP Phantom. I really enjoyed the whole Control playthrough, which is complete. So if you're a patron of the Explorer level or above, you can watch all the episodes of Control now, or they're trickling out onto YouTube for everybody to watch. So there are 3 more for you to watch now. Nick Jeffrey's done another super chat saying, completely apropos of nothing, but what's the difference between a coyote and a flea? One howls on the prairie, the other prowls on the hairy. I really like that. I've never heard that before. John Hall says donations. This is a super chat. Says donations for the Johnny Aircon Fund. Sounds like you need one. Wouldn't hate it. Not gonna lie. Although I think I saw somebody earlier talking in the chat. Like, the thing is, like, buildings in the UK are built to keep heat in because the weather is cold more often than it's warm, really. And excuse me, the heat wave doesn't last that long, generally speaking. It's only ever a few weeks, so homes aren't built with air conditioning because the need isn't there for most of the time. But goodness me, when it is bloody hot, oy, I wish it weren't the case. It's also why when it even people are like, oh my god, it snows half an inch and the UK shuts down. What the fuck? It's like, well, we don't have snowplows, we don't have lots and lots of gritters. Like, we don't have the infrastructure to deal with heavy snow because we never get heavy snow. If we had a whole fleet of, snowplows, they'd just be rusting on the side of the road. So, whatevs. Okay. Where have we got to? We'll tidy up that skin in a bit. Let's get onto these. We'll do the cream on the swords. Then we'll do the metal on the swords and the other bits on the model. And then we'll do the sort of these tassely bits and the leather and the shoes. And we'll just keep going, basically. Burrito has done a super chat saying, did Control ever strike you as disorientating or difficult to look at? Feels like it's very different from, say, Alan Wake. Firstly, thank you for the super chat. And secondly, I think I found Alan Wake harder to look at than Control. I remember that being confusing and disorientating, but Control was generally speaking fine. I got a super chat from Elizabeth Rakowski who says, can you wish Chris Rakowski good luck in his in his exam tomorrow? I'm not great at maths, so this is the best way I can support him. Elizabeth, it would be my very great pleasure. Chris Rakowski, good luck in your exam tomorrow. I'm sure you're going to do absolutely fine, but, just get in there. Before it starts, take a deep breath and think of all the lovely skeleton pals out there who are rooting for you to do numbers good. You're going to do great, so do not worry about it. Good luck, and many thanks to Elizabeth for the super chat. Right, what are we going to do? Cream. It's the colour I hate to paint, but love to paint. Revolver Ox says, give us a mathematics joke. Why was 6 afraid of 7? I honestly hate this joke, and I have ever since I heard it as a child. Because 7 ate 9. Here you go. Hope you're happy, Revolver Rock. Merry Christmas. Right, swords. Are monsters good at math? Asked CookieCat94. Not unless you count Dracula. That's a good maths joke. There we go. Okie dokie. Cream. It's a colour. Whoops. Painted the hand by mistake. Oh well. I'll fix it later. There we go. That looks almost no different. It looks a bit different. Eccentric Lefty says, why was 6 afraid of 7? Because it had cold, dead eyes. Eleanor Hodge says, Johnny, would you ever do a dice tour for all the dice goblins? We could have a look at them on a stream or something, I'm sure. To be honest, it would just be a lot of the dice for, like, Blood Bowl and Games Workshop games. I don't have... Oh, wait, my dice bag's in Brighton. It's still in the Dice Breaker office. I keep meaning to go down there and pick up all of my stuff. I asked Wheels, I was like, what's happened to all my stuff? He was like, your desk is preserved like one of those weird museums. So I'm going to go down there and get all my stuff. I'll get my dice bag back and I can show you some of the dice I've collected over the years. But mostly, I've stopped buying dice because I bought one set of very expensive dice and I thought, I'll just use these because they're really expensive and I have to use them now. So Nick Jeffrey's done a super chat to say what you like about Switzerland, but their flag is a big plus. That's good. I liked that. Cookie Cat 94 says, I have another maths joke, but I'm too squared to say it. Very good. Don't know why I said that like I was a fucking DJ on radio. Cookie Cat 94 says, I have another maths joke, but I'm too squared to say it. We got the weather in the news coming up, but first here's Tina Turner. Wow. Don't give up your day job, Johnny. Actually, that was pretty bad. Alrighty. Oof, Thea Cochran says there are desks at my work that still have Christmas cards on them. Goodness me. Weird, isn't it? I remember. You know what the weird thing is? I remember it was the 17th of March, 2020. I had been in Brighton. We had just filmed the Let's Play we did of Worldwide Wrestling. And we were like, the office is closing. Let's grab a bunch of stuff. So I grabbed some of the Warhammer I had to paint up, and I grabbed, a couple of games that I needed to review, and had this big bag, and was taking all my stuff home. And on the way back, I got a little weepy because it was a scary and weird situation. But I was like, this feels so strange. It feels so wrong to be leaving and not knowing when I'm going to come back to Brighton. It's almost like I've left the company. I was like, oh, it's almost like this is my last day in the office ever. I was like, it won't be. Come on, shut up, Johnny. It's fine. Turns out I was right to have a little weepy, because it was. Weird how things shake out, isn't it? Chris Rakowski has done a super chat to say, want to say a big thanks to everyone for the well wishes. Maths joke. I've always found calculators reassuring. You can always count on them. Thank you, Chris. I mean, with that kind of knowledge at your fingertips, you're absolutely going to smash it. I am sure. Another cream sword. They look really blown out right now because of the light and the fact it's just cream. But when I shade them, you'll see that they're pretty cool. They've got like a fleur-de-lis design on them. Will says, what's big and grey and would kill you if it fell out of a tree? A car park. I've told it several times before, but what's red and bad for your teeth? A brick. That's one of my favourites. Is it time for my favourite joke of all time? It probably is. People have asked for it in the past, and I can tell it now. 3 beekeepers are in a pub. They've had a few drinks, and they started boasting. First beekeeper puts down his pint and says, I have got 50,000 bees across 3 hives. Second beekeeper says, that's nothing. I've got 250,000 bees across 12 hives. Third beekeeper finishes his drink, puts down the glass and says, that's nothing. I've got 1,000,000 bees in 1 hive. And the others go, 1,000,000 bees in 1 hive? And he goes, yeah, fuck them. They're only bees. Every time, it fucking slays me. I love it. Just going to let it sink in. Emma Benton says, Johnny, come on. It's pretty good. It's become a bit of a catchphrase among some of my friends. If someone just goes, fuck it, someone else will go, yeah, only bees. No matter what the situation is. Checkerbeard has done a super chat saying, a friend told me onions were the only plant that could make you cry, so I threw a coconut at them. Very good. That was a joke from Checkerbeard there. Pretty soon we'll be checking in with the sport and the traffic. But first, it's Muse. Oh dear, I was not cut out for radio. Oh, Syrinx32 says, I don't get it either. Is it an English language thing? No, it's an anti-joke, basically, where, like, they're saying 1 million bees in one hive, like, because that is unusual and impressive, and they're like, what? You know, why have you done it like that? How have you done it like that? And he mistakes that for them being concerned for the bees and that they're mistreated. So they're like, whoa, you've got just one hive, but it's got 1 million bees in it. He's like, yeah, fuck them. They're only bees. It's another good anti-joke is an elephant's walking through the jungle and comes across a mouse and has never seen a mouse before and says, oh, you're a bit small, aren't you? And the mouse says, well, I've been ill lately. And it's the mouse is getting defensive about its size, and that's very funny. I just love an anti-joke. Oh, Jack Wood says, oh, for fuck's sake, I missed the bees joke. I'm sorry. I should just tell it every stream, really. Maybe that'll be. Maybe I'll start a new channel. Every day I post a video of myself telling the bee joke. I mean, that would either go viral or it really wouldn't. The heat is getting to me. I don't know who just said that, but it really feels like it is. What time is it? 23 minutes past 5. It should start cooling off soonish, I hope. Benton says, I would like the bee joke on a shirt. I don't know. I think if I made t-shirts that said, fuck 'em, they're only bees, I think environmentalists might get a little pissed off. Because obviously, bees are in trouble, certainly in the UK, and they need to be saved because they're vital to a lot of plants. But then it would make me very happy. That's another sword done. There we go. Chaos has said, "What's ET short? What's ET short for? It's got little legs." Everyone's now telling anti-jokes in the chat, so that's good. Declan O'Connor says, what did the Frenchman say to the other Frenchman? I don't know, I don't speak French. It's good. Okay. Stephen Paul has done a super chat to say, now how about a shirt with a bee death ball? Don't know the caption yet. A bee death ball is certainly one way of creating merch for a YouTube channel. I'm not saying it's the right way, but I'm certainly not saying it isn't. So, you know, it's probably about time we get merch rolling, isn't it? Like a lovely Skeleton Pal t-shirt. Or a t-shirt that says, fuck them, they're only bees. I'll try and work up some designs. I wanted to wait a while so sort of some catchphrases or things like Lovely Skeleton Pals could sort of emerge and sort of become commonplace on the channel. And then sort of do a limited run of t-shirts, or rather a time-limited run. And then do some other designs, you know, just kind of rotate through. So I was talking to the nice chaps at RKG, and they recommended their t-shirt provider, who basically does a pre-order campaign where they're just like, you've got 30 days to buy this t-shirt, and then we'll just print as many as get ordered, so there's no wastage, and you know, they handle the shipping and everything, and their print quality is really good, and I think that's the best way to do it. So I'll do that, but I just need to sort of, yeah. Emma Benson says, oh my god, if you need help with merch, let me know. I'd be happy to assist. This sounds like fun, Emma. I'll shoot you a message. It would be paid because I refuse to not pay you. But I'm sure we can work that out. But yeah, let's have a chat. Oh, it's warm. CookieCat94 says, please make sure they can ship to Oz, with a crying face. I will, I'll have a look and see if they do, but if not, I'm sure I can work something out. Work something out. Goodness me. A Gattuso mug would be nice. I don't think I have the image rights to Gennaro Gattuso, to be honest. Okay. Done those bits. Metal. It's very hard to concentrate when it's this hot. Oh, there we go. Call Me Kotek says, I second CookieCat94. Okay, I will check. And to be honest, if they don't ship to us, I'll send him out myself if I have to. Because yeah, I understand you get shafted a lot on merch, and that is a shame. Because I appreciate you tuning into this all the way from Australia, especially since it's late for you right now. You have the rights to your dwarf Gattuso, though. Possibly, probably, maybe, I don't know. Gattuso wasn't great yesterday on the Blood Bowl pitch. He did all right in the first game, but to be honest, the other runner, Rutgard Thundershanks, did a lot more for the Barrack Skylad Corsairs. But you know, at least neither of them died. It was pretty close. Thundershanks nearly got killed, but you know. Oh, it's only 2 a.m. in Australia. All right, well, you know, suck it up, everyone. No, seriously, you know, thank you for watching this later. This late. My God, words are difficult. And I've just painted silver on a butt. You heard me. Silver, right there on the booty shorts, where it should not be. You could have a Nightmare Bear shirt. Hermit Prime, no, I want to sell t-shirts people actually want to wear. Okay, there we go. Fixed the butt. Right, let's have a good look at this one. Aiden Folk says, it's fun when a UK YouTuber uses a US company that charges so much to ship to the UK. Yeah, that sounds rubbish. Let's not do that, eh? I mean, I do need to set up an Etsy store for the pin badges. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and then I keep getting busy. But I do have a lot of pin badges, so... But I'm going to have to post those myself, so I'm going to put them online in little batches to sell. Which I know is going to be frustrating, because it's going to mean that people are going to struggle to get them for a little while. But it's either that or I drown in envelopes, and all I do for a month is post out pins, which could be bad. So I'm just painting the teeth here on this chainsword. This paint has almost completely dried already. I'm using a wet palette. It's just that hot. It's ridiculous. Charlie Stack says, I'd die for 2020 the Bear. I think 2020 the Bear wants everyone to die, so that's convenient. Oopsie. Ooh. Will says, I'm keen to see that flesh with a couple more highlights on it because it's looking very not ashy. Thank you. Yeah, it's just the purple really sort of helps to sort of make it a solid colour, but also give it sort of warmth and depth. I can't remember who told me that trick, but the first time I did it was just like, oh. Eventual Genius says, pin badges? Can we see, or is there somewhere to look? Yeah, just let me paint the teeth on these, and then I'll show you. Oh, it's warm. Okay. So, the pin badges look like this. It's the boar. Doesn't show up brilliantly because of the glare on the plastic, but it's kind of like blue with a silver shine. It's enamel. So those, and in a smaller run, I also got a little cloth patches. Oh, I could put one on my apron. It's a little boar on it. Oh, that's quite fun. But yeah, cloth patches and pin badges. So I think the easiest thing is just to set up an Etsy, and I'll put batches on, and I will probably let people know beforehand, so that we can try and get them out in a reasonable time. I'm not going to sell them for much because, like, I don't want to. Stephen Paul says, if you auctioned off 2020, you could, 1, get it out of your house, and 2, probably make some real money. But then I'd be feeling like the person who, it'd be like The Ring. I'd be like, well, I got someone else to watch that video, so it's their problem now. Ooh. It's just so warm. Right, metal. That's what we're painting. I'm glad people like the badges and patches. Because, like I said, got a lot of badges. Got a lot of them. Syrinx32 says, I have to go now, make dinner for me and my boyfriend. Have a nice evening. You too. Have a lovely time. I hope dinner goes deliciously. Okay. Will says, are you sure? I'm not reading that out well. You bloody blue dress. Couple more silver details. They're wearing a necklace, which is frankly annoying because I find them a nightmare to paint. I've found this before with these models. They've got lots of little details, and just in kind of layering up, but also trying to highlight them, and etc. etc. More so than my other models, they have come out looking quite sort of sketchy, like it feels like there's sort of like some very visible brush strokes in a way that I don't dislike, but yeah, I like the way they look, but they just came out very different to how I normally paint, which was interesting. no. Some metal beads all over their hood. I'll just paint the hood silver and then I'll fix it later. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Oi. David Cunton has done a super chat saying, just sending some love. Thank you very much for the super chat, David. That's very kind. Oh, crap. I hope you're having a lovely day. Have a lovely day. Your very own cheese pizza. Lovely Tim Curry. Oh. Aiden Folk says, streamers selling coffee is an interesting concept. It just goes to show that people will buy anything with the brand on. I keep seeing this. People have their own sort of coffee blends for things. And I'm just a bit like, I don't really understand it, but more power to them, I guess. Also, how about that Xbox fridge? That's a whole thing, isn't it? Xbox is making a mini fridge now with like Xbox cooling architecture. I don't get it, but okay. I'm getting toward that thing. It is solely just because it's hot. But sometimes when I'm batch painting, halfway through I lose my drive to do such a big batch. I mean, this is only 5 models. It's really not that big. But right now I'm super tempted to drop it down to just 3 and do the other 2 another time. But I'll try and crack on. The Castaway DC has done a super chat saying, just got home from my first day doing admin-y things for the NHS. Have some of my hard-earned money, you beautiful person. Castaway, you are a beautiful person for working for the NHS, because I think the NHS is bloody brilliant. The NHS put a roof over my head and food on the table because both my parents work for it. And it's great. Thank you so much for working there. I wondered what your new job was, and it seems like it's this. So congratulations again, and I hope you had a great time. Anonymous says, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the precipitate. That is one of my favourite. One of my absolute favourites. Alex B says, maybe they've got loads of Series X shells and no microchips. I think they're bigger than that. The teaser showed like quite a few cans in there, but maybe you're right. I don't know. Alan Stewart, taking names and kicking ass, says Xbox should probably cool their Xbox before making a fridge. Bang! Take that, Microsoft. Bill Gates felt that one. Friar Chris says, also I now need that ball cloth patch for my vest. Do you ship to Canada? I will, yes. I'll work out shipping rates and things, but it shouldn't be too bad. Because it just goes as like a large letter. So, yeah, I'll ship to Canada. You try and stop me. Okie dokie. Ronnie says, thanks for the company while I wallowed a bit today. I'm going to try and do something productive. Good luck, Ronnie. I hope you feel better soon. Happy to be of help, as ever, in however big or small a way. But yeah, feel good, please. Joe Miller says, hello all. How is the nunnery painting going? It's going all right. Words are difficult today, but there's paint, and it's going onto models in the right place. Phew. David Cunton says, is it bad that I'm a DM but just can't get on with painting models? Just prefer to watch people paint. No, that's totally fair. I mean, I paint models, but I don't use any of them in role-playing. I'm a DM that does exclusively Theatre of the Mind stuff. So, you do you. Do what you want. Okay. Silver, silver, silver. Nuns, nuns, nuns. You mark my words, they'll all be chanting that in the terraces this year. Do the little weird nodes. They've got these little circle, like, nodes on their back. And they're a pain to paint. Lucy says, I like the boar because it also makes me think of the Gallic boar, and I'm French. Intentional? It wasn't intentional to make it look like the Gallic boar, no. I do not have any real connection to France. I've been there. But no, I have Italian roots way back. What am I? I guess I'm third generation. So, I don't speak a word of Italian. But yeah. It's just the boar. I feel like if I were an animal, I'd be a wild boar. Because I like staying on the ground. I'm pretty chill. I like minding my own business, but also, I'll chase you through the forest and absolutely ruin you if you mess with me. I don't mean that. I'm a bit grumpy sometimes, so it's just me. I'm a wild boar. I have a big wild boar energy. Ah, shit. There are more of the metal things on their legs, aren't there? I remember now I was very slow painting these because I just kept missing details. And there's something on the tip of my brush. It's gone now. That's good. Too cool for Cape says, nuns, nuns, nuns. Well says, it's a very good job. It's a good job you paint with your right hand because I would be very tempted to colour in that tattoo. Oh, it's going to happen at some point. I'm sure someone's going to break out a pen and draw eyeshadow on this thing. Give it pupils looking off in weird directions. All sorts. Just got to wait for it to heal first, obviously. But it's really sweet. My one of my friends is a tattoo artist and has 2 kids. And he sent me a picture the other day of his 4-year-old's drawing on his leg. But he had his other hand on it and was spreading the skin. Which, if you don't know about tattooing, you actually need both hands to tattoo because, in order to get as much ink in there as possible, you stretch the skin out like that. So, it's all spread out, and then you go along, and then when the skin goes back to normal, it makes for a denser colour that's more kind of complete. So you really have to try and stretch the skin out. And this 4-year-old was just there with a felt tip colouring in his dad's leg. It was so sweet. Farah WJ has done a super chat saying, afternoon, Johnny. Hope you're keeping it as cool as possible on this sweltering June day. Thank you very much for the super chat. I'm doing okay, actually. I was struggling earlier. I was really struggling in the first hour of this stream. But yeah, it's I'm doing all right. Okay, that's going all right. Any more silver to do on this nun? No. How about you? About your legs? Yes, I missed some. Tiny bits of metal. This one's got a sort of weird dagger poked through their leg skin, which is fun, if you like that sort of thing. Some people in the chat now discussing what animal they'd be if they were an animal. Let me know. What animals are you? Will says they'd be a bear. because when most people look at them, they think they're scary, but mostly they want a nap. That's pretty accurate. I think that's a pretty good one. Nevermore says, I want to be a raven. That checks out with your giving your username. Ravens are pretty great, in fairness. I mean, all corvids are. Doot. Josephina Vengerberg has dropped into the chat and done a super chat saying, popping in quick to say hello because I'm watching your Dark Souls 3 playthrough with Aoife as prep for getting Dark Souls next week. Help! Josephina Vengerberg, you're going to be absolutely fine. Just remember, Dark Souls is not necessarily a hard game, it's an exacting game. You have to pay attention. Even in areas you think you've done before, you can be like, oh yeah, this bit, dead easy. But if you don't keep your wits about you, the Undead Berg can do you in just as easily as it did the very first time you played it. But just keep you cool, keep going, and you will absolutely smash it. Oh, and fuck Blighttown. Clay Trimble has done a super chat saying, words are hard. As an English major, too damn right. Yeah, big time. I mean, I did English at university. And, they're still hard. Words are just hard. And I'm sick of pretending otherwise. Sorry. There we go. Metal. We're getting there. We've only got one sort of sword and metals to do. He says, they say, shit. Having missed a bunch more metal details on one of the previous ones. Chaos says, oh man, this mango and orange sorbet I've made is delicious. If I could share it with you all, I would. That sounds great. Haven't had a good sorbet in flipping ages. Although one of my friends yesterday, when we were playing Blood Bowl, went to the shops and bought ice creams. And very kindly bought a tub of vegan vanilla ice cream. I was like, do you want some, Johnny? I was like, yeah, I'd love that. And then he gave me a bowl of ice cream that was approximately 3 times what I would normally give myself, because I don't eat desserts that often. I don't have much of a sweet tooth. I just had this absolutely humongous bowl of ice cream, and I'm not going to lie, it's pretty great. So that was my day yesterday. Oh, and I made chili dogs. That was nice. And it turned out like 2 people I saw yesterday had never had a chili dog before. They didn't even realise it was just a hot dog with chili on it. I don't know what they thought it might have been, but they were intrigued to discover it was that. It was a real culinary adventure, I have to say. Ooh. Okay. It's not the tidiest painting I've ever done, once again, but we're getting there. Have I done your leg things? No. Have I done your leg things? Yes. Have I done your leg things? Yes. Okay, we are getting there. Ooh. Brendan R. posted a good question. Random question for the chat after that slip. I feel like an idiot asking. You're not an idiot. Is there a polite or professional greeting for someone who uses they, them, i.e. sir, ma'am, or miss? That's a good question. I mean, some people use mix or mx, but then some don't. It is tricky with honorifics for non-binary people, to be honest with you. I'm still puzzling bits of that out. I used mix on some posts recently, and it actually felt pretty good and reaffirming. Not that, a lot of post still comes through to Mister, and that's, it is what it is. It's fine. It doesn't make me cry, but it doesn't make me, jump for joy. But to be honest with you, like, if he were coming up to someone saying hello, instead of saying hello, sir or ma'am, I would just say hello there. One, you sound like Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is pretty great. And two, it's non-gender specific, You beautiful creature, also non-binary, non-gender specific. Severin Tiger says you could try Zer. John Fricker says, "Hi Johnny, love the streams. Can I ask what size of brushes you use?" I'm not an expert on this kind of thing. This one is a 3, and it is this big, and that is my fingernail to kind of show you it. I use all sorts, but I actually mostly tend to use smaller brushes. It's because I like having the control. But oh god, the chat is just full of people saying General Kenobi. Hello there. Will suggests fucker, which I think is fine. Hello, fucker. Yeah, that. I think I'd be alright with that. I think that's fine. Sup fuckers is one of my favourite greetings, in fairness. Don't use it often, but when I do. Oy. Chaos says up here in Edinburgh, pal seems to be the non-gender, the gender-neutral honorific of choice. Sorry. Type. Fools is a good general means of address. Greetings, fools. The default of mate is a British classic. I never used to use mate, and I thought people who use the word mate were like trying a bit too hard, to be honest with you, but I do use it now. Don't know why, I just suddenly felt comfortable using it. Do you think fuckers is the best one? Hello, fucker. Mortals, that's a good one. Checkerbeard says, I just use A up or morning. Steve Anderson's done a super chat saying because you're awesome and the lovely skeleton pals are too. Thank you very much, Steve. That is very kind of you. I really appreciate it. I've been having a lot of fun doing this job recently. I mean, it's always been fun, but when I just launched the Patreon, I was really afraid. I was genuinely afraid. I was just like, oh God, what if, I'm not actually offering anything of value or people don't like it? And I've been at it a couple of months now, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm doing okay. People seem to like it. No one's complained that I'm, not doing enough or anything. It was nice. Sort of had a reflective moment where I was like, yeah, it's good. So that was a nice feeling. Nevermore says, I like Bender from Futurama's coffin stuffers. That's pretty good. Hello there. General Kenobi. There was one time I was at MCM Comic Con because we were there to do a live Oxventure. I believe it was one of the Birmingham ones. And I walked past someone who was doing a genuinely phenomenal General Grievous cosplay. Like, they looked awesome. And I walked past and I went, hello there. And they went, hello. And I was like, oh no. It was good fun. Obviously, I lost all respect for them, but But then I wasn't dressed as General Kenobi, so maybe they didn't think I deserved the correct response. Hello there. Right, that's the metal on that one done. Come on. So that's looking okay. What do we need to do? Leathers. And then sort of... Oh, I didn't paint the shorts on this one. Whoopsie. Need to do the leathers. Need to layer up some skin a bit more. And then we'll sort of get onto shading this. And I'll just fix any bits I've messed up. So I'm going to paint this pair of booty shorts, but it's getting on for break time. So, once I've done this, we'll take 10 minutes. If, like here, it is hot where you are, get some water, hydrate yourself. Do you need to stretch? Is there anything you need to do quickly? Could you be more comfortable? Man, why not treat yourself and take steps to facilitate that comfort? I forgot to take my meds, so I'm going to take my meds on the break. That's going to be fun. I might even treat myself to a little something to eat. Aiden Fox says, did you see the youngsters asking what the Anakin and Padme meme is from? I did. It was... I mean, like... I'm never going to be like, oh my god, about that. But it was kind of a bit like, oh wow, time moves fast. Really does. But, yeah. Okie dokie. Nicholas Pillblad says, is it just me, or are you extra stunning today, Johnny? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's probably just... thank you for the compliment. Right. Yeah. Okie dokie. Oh, Call Me Kotek says, good spot for me to head off then. Just hit 3 a.m. and I have work in the morning. Sweet dreams / good day / evening all. Take it easy, Call Me Kotek. All right, everyone. Yeah, I'll be back in 10 minutes. So do what you need to do. If you want to stick around here, here's a picture of my dog and some chilled jazz. So I'll be right back. Let's paint nuns. Let's paint nuns. Let's paint nuns. How was your break? Did you enjoy it? Did you get much done? Okie dokie. What's next? Leather. Leather, 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 leather. Different brown. Darker brown than the one we used before. What's everyone talking about? Yes, Jepta Troll Shaman, who says, I had a cookie. It's pretty good use of 10 minutes. Mancoy says, I did nothing, and it was everything I thought it could be. Brilliant. Charlie Stack says, not gonna lie, I stared into space for 10 minutes thinking about nothing. Perfect. Lucy says, working, working, working. Well, then I'm happy to call that a successful break, team. Well done. Okay. Shoes. Paint the shoes. Paint the shoes. Ah. Silly me. I set an alarm to make sure I didn't overrun. Speaking of overrunning, I was meant to receive a parcel today by 6 p.m. Where is it? Oh. They're delivering it tomorrow. I was really worried about missing the delivery all day. Turns out it was scheduled for tomorrow from the get-go. So, well done, Johnny. Good job. This is an interesting question. Shamari Wallace says, hi Johnny, does your anxiety ever make you cautious to consume new media? Recently my anxiety worsened due to a bad work experience and I'm extremely hesitant to start any new game, book or TV show. Firstly, I'm sorry that you had a bad work experience. That sucks and you deserve to be healthy and safe at work. Second, oh goodness me, yes. I never watch TV or films, pretty much, ever. Like, ever. Sometimes if a friend comes around and puts something on, I'll watch it, but I can scroll through stuff like Netflix or whatever, and I just can't start watching a thing. My wife's the same way. We both had sort of a real experience, and I'm talking, this was years ago, where suddenly, I think it's just because life and everything was stressful enough, we just couldn't watch anything with even the slightest bit of peril in it. So we used to watch Twin Peaks together a lot. We used to watch, we were just, excuse me, about to start the second series of, like, the new Sabrina. And then something just went pop, and we just couldn't watch anything anymore. So we'll watch things like Adventure Time, because we've seen a lot of it, and it's kind of safe, but we haven't even watched that. I bought the complete set on Blu-ray before Christmas, and we haven't even taken it out the cellophane. We just don't watch anything with peril in it, or we just don't watch things really, which is fine. So I'll play video games or I'll read or whatever, and my wife does. They've got a list of hobbies as long as my arm, but yeah, it's really weird. The only thing we do watch are episodes of River Cottage with Hugh Fernley Whittingstall, because it's just quaint and chill. It's really weird, isn't it? It's strange that anxiety can manifest like that, but it just does. We just, we'll be like, do you want to watch something tonight? And one of us will say that, and the other one will be like, not really. So we won't. Oh, did I just paint over an eye? Oh no, it's kind of okay. I should really be using a smaller brush. Let's use a smaller brush. Laura, the Ghost of Laura Palmer says, Johnny, have you not seen the HBO Max specials with Marceline and Bubblegum? Nope. I know about them. Haven't seen them. Where are my brushes? There they are. They're under the apology bus. Beep beep. Will says, I'm worse. I really, really want to watch stuff. I just don't. It's funny how things work out. Oh, I did start watching, what's it called? Barbaren, or Barbarians. The Netflix series, like German, about sort of like tribal, like Teutonic people dealing with the Roman Empire. Started watching it with a friend because, you know, I had a friend staying because they were, you know, having a bit of a rough time, and they came to stay for a little bit. And we watched the first episode because it sort of came on, you know, when Netflix is like, oh, here's a teaser, you're now just watching the episode. It's like, oh, okay. So we kept it on and we watched it, and we were like, that was pretty great. The show moves at such a pace. And then we watched the next episode, and then we called it a night. And then the next day we went to watch another one, and we were like, why is it saying episode 4 is the next one? We only watched 2 episodes. And then I realised that I had watched the first episode and completely forgotten about the show, which doesn't sound like a ringing endorsement. I think I was just super, super tired when I watched it, but I completely forgotten I watched it. So we were like, whoopsie. And we played the first episode. And then when it finished really early, we were like, why the hell did that finish so quickly? It's so short. And then we realised we just watched the second half of the first episode. So then we watched the first half of the first episode. And oh my God, so much more in that show made sense. We were like, oh, that's why that's a thing. I see. It was very funny. But the show itself is good. Now that I've seen the first episode, I might keep watching it. Very strange. That's leather, isn't it? God, that's too watered down. Right. Where's the dryad bark gone? There it is. It's a bit clumsy, but you know what? It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. That'll do. Like I said, I think it is just the really small details. Now I'm painting them again. I think oh God, I'm doing it off camera again. I think it is just that there are so many little tiny details that I keep messing up on these models that they end up coming out looking at like a little bit like, again, sketchy is kind of the word I want to use, but I don't mean as in like unsavory or bad. Just kind of like a bit like textured in a way, which is it's not unpleasant really. Right, leather on you is done, and on you that is not metal, that is leather, but we're going to keep it as metal. Fuck it, why not? Ray says Cat has come to watch the stream. Hello, Cat. Are you well? Have you murdered anything small lately? Have you received adequate nourishment and attention today? I don't know how to talk to cats. Seen some people talking about Oxventure and feeling like they're very far behind. There was a recap recently before the latest sort of series started. I just watched that. It just reminds you of who the characters are, and then you can just crack on with the new stuff and just go back and watch other bits if you want to, you know. So the thing about doing something for so long is that you do end up with a huge backlog, and that I think that can be really intimidating for people. But it's difficult to communicate it. But I really do want people to just feel free to just jump in wherever they like. Because no entertainment media should become a chore. That just doesn't make sense. Like at the minute, I'm having a bit of a tough time with Sea of Thieves because like the latest season ends in 2 weeks, and the rewards they have for getting all the way to level 100 in the season pass are really great. But I'm on like 74, so I've got like. Am I even on 70? Yeah, I'm in the low 70s, so I've got like 20 odd levels to grind out in the next 2 weeks, and it's quick. Like I can easily do that, and I've got some friends playing tonight that I'll probably go join. But it still makes me just feel like I have to go play the game I love, and I have to go play it well because otherwise I'll miss the things. And it's just like, why am I doing this to myself? It's very strange. Maybe I'll take a break when fucking Jack Sparrow comes into the game. Again, no disrespect to Rare or anything. I think Sea of Thieves is a really great game, and it makes total sense as a crossover. I find it very hard to separate the art from the arsehole, and Johnny Depp is not to my cup of tea. So, you know, there that goes. Which is a shame, because Pirates of the Caribbean, you know, is a franchise that a lot of people worked on, and some of those films are great, and some of them also exist, but I can't enjoy it because of Johnny Depp. Hey ho. Fallen Duck says FOMO is by design. Yeah, I can see that. FOMO is a weird thing, isn't it? I'm on focus camera. There we go. So it's being sent a message. Probably shouldn't just leave this brush in my ear, but there it is. Emily Hill has done a super chat saying, for Christian, the chaotic Hornbill, can you show me from where he got his name? I absolutely can. Firstly, thank you very much for the super chat. I'm really glad that so many people have enjoyed Christian the chaotic Hornbill. I really like playing animals that are just bonkers, like Alexander the Great in Dungeon Breaker. The reason I was looking off to the side is that I was looking at a bookcase, and I was just desperately scanning all the names on the spines. And actually, the one I landed on was a book called The Unmapped Mind by Christian Donlan, who works at Eurogamer, so is a former colleague of his, and he's a wonderful, beautiful, incredible human being. And The Unmapped Mind is a book about what it was like being diagnosed with MS and kind of navigating that sort of space and learning how to sort of live with relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis, and it is a gorgeous read, and it was just one of the first names I saw, and I was like, Christian, that'll do. I was like, Christian. So yeah, I had a good time being Christian the absolutely chaotic Hornbill. Lionel L has done a super chat saying, big ups to Christian. They need to show up everywhere, I think. Thank you, Lionel L. Maybe I'll bring Christian back, because Christian's pure chaos. Just pure chaos. Maybe just if they do something very chaotic, Christian will just show up and be like, what are you doing? Kiss it. Easy voice to do as well, but also very fun. Guess it. Leather things. I have to paint a lot of leather things. I don't know why that song is in my head so much today. Apologies, one and all. Get in there. God, it's so hot. I'm having to repeatedly clean my brush just to keep the paint from drying on it. It's nonsense. Lucenthius says, will Alexander the Great ever show up in Geth? He's some kind of all-powerful deity. Entity, sorry. I doubt it. Alexander the Great is just going to exist off in that world. A very deliberately kept Dungeon Breaker apart from the Oxventure. We designed it that way. We wanted it to exist in a separate plane. The Breakfast Club was set in Geth, but obviously that has not continued thanks to the pandemic and then my departure from Gamer Network. But that was fun. Leather things. Leather things. Leather things to paint. Not on you. Okay. I'm going to do another hood. We're getting there. We're getting there. So we are. Fucking hell. Please stop drying before I can put the paint on the model. Summer's bullshit. Arcadia says, I think some people did think of Christian Hornbill being inspired by the name Christian Horner, the Red Bull F1 team boss. I noticed Mike crack up when you said the name. Yeah, that was unsurprisingly entirely coincidental. I know very little about F1. I do feel bad that I'm not able to feed Mike sort of more sports references. I definitely feel like the references I drop in... well, the problem with them coming from my brain is that they pertain to my areas of knowledge and interest. So, poor underserviced Mike. I can't even drive, so like it's not like I can make car jokes because. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, I'm back, but OBS disconnected for a few seconds there. It looked like that was weird. Whipple Wopple, what a username, says, as a New Yorker, I can agree with summer being bullshit. You can put on far more layers than you can take off. Exactly. Emmy Little has done a super chat saying, Christian Return Fund, with a smiley face and then a bird. It's an eagle. It says, no Hornbill emoji, so I have an eagle. Thank you, Emmy. I'll bring Christian back. Don't you worry about it. Okay, didn't notice a drop. That's good news. Huh. Cool. Phew. For a second, I was worried my computer was just overheating. Because it's kicking out a lot of heat. But it seems like we're alright. Linon had a buffer. Casper DC says you jumped in time. God, time travel. And I used it to sit at the same desk. Okie dokie. Luckily, I didn't say anything during the time when OBS had disconnected, so it was fine. was just frowning at my computer. You really didn't miss anything. Mankoi says it was just a jump to the left. Very good. Very good. All right. That's that. Now we're going to tackle all of these sort of ribbony bits, which I'm going to do in a different cream. I know, a different cream. Holy shit. Is it even going to be a cream? No. Might just do it in Ghost Grey. Ugh. Brooke Boy says, fall is the best season at IMO. That's because you're correct, Brooke. It is the best season. It's the best one. Amy Little says, talking of weather, does anyone else's anxiety get affected by the weather? Higher the heat, the worse I am. Yeah, I don't feel like myself in summer. It really bothers me. Genuinely, when autumn comes, that first autumnal day, it's like bliss. I can honestly feel myself returning to normal. It's very weird, very potent. But Trey Zen says, technically, we're all time travelers. We're traveling forward at a rate of 1 second per second. Very true. Very true. Okie dokie. Right, so I'm just going to whack down. This isn't even a cream. It's just a slightly blue-white. But, you know, fuck it. Said what I said, didn't I? There we go. Googly-eyed skull says, anyone need some? Mixed up too much green stuff. I do that. I feel like I do that every single time I use green stuff. But I'm all good, thank you. Oh, this is good. These have been on my to paint pile for the longest time. Like, I was planning to finish these back in October last year. And I didn't. So it's nice to just be cracking on and getting some paint down on them. Maybe one of these days I'll have a second game of Warhammer 40k. There we go. So they're kind of very bright, but very light rather, but a shade will sort that right out. Room temperature non-alcoholic beer. I won't be doing that again. Oh, whoops. There we go. Ooh, Googly Eyed Skull says, your recent-ish Sea of Thieves stream reminded me to finish my boat for my Orc Commandos. Green stuffing more beards, hence the G stuff. Interesting. I've seen pictures of the ship itself on Instagram, I think, Monk. Okay, there we go. Emmy Hill says, Johnny, have you ever made your own dice? It's a hobby I'm looking at getting into, and it seems extremely satisfying and addictive. I've not. I thought about doing it, and then I kind of... I just decided I probably wasn't that into the idea. I've decided I might do a stream of this instead of a Monday painting stream. I decided to take up a new hobby, which is setting crosswords, because I do crosswords all the time. But I've had a thing recently whereby my favourite source for quick crosswords, I'm having to wean myself off it because it was it comes from a newspaper that I used to read and quite enjoy, but their opinion columns have just become full of like really centrist turfy bullshit, and I thought I shall stop patronising this this website, I think. So now I'm kind of in this limbo where I'm like, I need crosswords, but I'll be damned if I'm supporting a bunch of turfs while I do it. So I was talking to a friend about it actually, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, no, it sucks. Where are we going to get crosswords?" I was like, "I'll set you some crosswords," and then I thought, why not? And I googled it. That's so weird. Why is everyone in the chat talking about The Guardian? What an odd coincidence. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I did some googling, and it turns out the software that like the New York Times and stuff uses to set crosswords is just available online, and it's quite cheap to buy a license and just use it. And like, I think it'd be fun because I've set crosswords before, but I like traced them by hand from the newspaper, and they were really easy. But I figure if I got the software, I'd be able to set more challenging clues and all that kind of stuff. So, looking forward to it. So maybe we'll have a crossword setting stream. That'll be good. That'll fucking get some hearts racing, won't it? Checkerbeard says, I have a friend at work who wrote a program that makes cryptic crosswords. It's odd stuff. Yeah, I do not do cryptic crosswords. I didn't realize until a friend made several posts on Instagram like explaining how they work, that there's a whole lexicon and like a structure to the clues. They give you clues as to where you need to put things and stuff like that. So before you do a cryptic crossword, you have to learn how to even interpret the clues. So I think that's why the barrier is so high, because you can be like, wait, I'm supposed to be able to think up a word from this? Wah? And it's just very fucking confusing. But it's just because you've not been told the secret language they're writing in. But I've always really loved doing crosswords. So, yeah. Will puts it very well, saying cryptic crosswords make me viscerally angry. They're so bastard smug. Yeah, and that's a very good way of putting it. I don't begrudge anyone who does them. And probably some of that comes from a place of envy, but they are a bit smug, aren't they? Just doing more of the like purity seals and banners. Getting there. Should be able to shade these pretty soon. Oh, Will really not pulling any punches says cryptic crosswords are a puzzle form of people who say methinks. Very good. Okay, there we go. That's all the ribbony nonsense done. So now we should go in and paint the actual wax seals on this purity wax stuff. Tidy up the skin in a couple of places, and then we're good to shade. The shade will probably dry in about 1 minute. Frodo Baggins says, not sure I've ever done a cryptic crossword. Frodo, you'd know if you'd done one, I think. Because you'd be walking around saying, methinks. Valdis Fox says, I love a good Sudoku, just love numbers because there's no bloody clues. Yeah. I tired of Sudokus. When they came out, there was such a craze for them. They were fucking everywhere, and my brain just went, no, fuck this. So I haven't done one in, oh God, 15 years. Where does the time go? Any more purity wax on you? Yes. Oh no, that's a knife. A knife! Okay, that one's fine. It's a bit more wax there. Bit more there. I do them in purple because I just think it's a nice little pop of colour. Cyborg Penguin says, so like, is Sudoku a relatively recent game? So, you know what? It may be a lot older than I'm aware of, but I just remember when it first came to like the paper I used to do the crossword in when I was at school, and so it felt like there was definitely a big craze for them. So they've probably been around for a while, but they like, boof. Emily Hill has done a super chat saying, for calling me Emmy, with 2 little hearts. Thank you very much for the super chat. Ooh, Sammy Jai says, my friend had a Sisters of Mercy cosplay about 5 or 6 years ago, and she gave me one of the purity seals from it. I love it. That's very cool. There is we talked about it when Googly Eyed Skull was guesting on the stream. There is a lovely maker / cosplayer called Elfhild Windrunner, who makes 3D prints purity seals. I've got some over there. I'll dig them out in a sec. And they're just cool. I've not painted them up yet, and I don't know what I'm going to use them for, but they're just a bit of fun. Oops. There we go. Will says, about 2005, Sudoku had a big burst in popularity. Okay, there we go. Good to know my memory hasn't completely betrayed me. Sudoku is Japanese and is ancient. So Severin Tiger. There you go. I suddenly suspected it would probably be older than I was aware of. But yeah, they had just a real explosion onto the scene, the puzzling scene, in about 2005. Chaos says, I was really confused until I realised you meant the 40k character of a Sister of Mercy, not the 80s rock band, the Sisters of Mercy. Ta-da. Okay. Slowly but surely, we're getting it done. All right, so you need some metals doing. Just going to check these models now to see if I need to fix anything. You're okay. You are Okay, once I've done this. Yeah, that's fine. Oh wait, actually your hair. You need some leathers painting. And some metals. How very boring. And are you the one with the fucked up leg? Yes. Okay. It's always the most tedious bit of painting. It's that. So I get excited about shading because it makes the models look so different. But I'm like, I don't want to fix this stuff. I don't want to have to correct my own mistakes. Okay. What was I trying to have? What else was I having to fix on you? Leather. Or we paint it metal, because that's the colour that's on my brush. Hooray! Yes, that looks great. I'm not lazy, I'm efficient. Okay. Done. Let's see. Aha, metal. Fine, fine, fine. All fine. French Sudoku had double digits as well, says Whipple Wopple. Come on, France. Seriously. That's a lot. That's you done. Whole lot of leather getting painted as metal right now, but it actually looks quite good, so I don't really mind. Maybe leather is scarce in the 41st millennium. To be honest with you, looking at some of the models, I don't believe that to be true, but... certainly looking at Necromunda, I think they've got plenty of leather in the 41st millennium, but... Ray says the triple chain mace tail sash thing is weirdly aesthetic for how much it would probably hurt to wear. That's 40k for you. Weirdly aesthetic stuff that almost certainly hurts a lot. I mean, these ones are meant to be in pain because Repentia and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I do see what you mean. It looks great, but it's probably murder. Okay. The French version of Sudoku was called Evil Magic Square, says Farah WJ. Is that true? I desperately want it to be true. John Hall says, any update on the PO box? No, I'm still wrangling with them. Who knew that getting post would be this difficult? I'm going to give them another call this week, so hopefully I'll have an update. Oh, that's just not the colour I needed. At all. That's a completely different colour. Where the fuck is the colour I was using? There we go. You know what I am going to do? Just before we shade, I'm going to go back over the light skin with a lighter flesh colour. The darker skin tones I'll leave because I want to shade it, go back in with that brown again, and then go with a lighter brown. But because the two skin colours I'm using for the whiteys are so different, I do want to build that in before I shade. It'll all make sense in a bit. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, the hands. There you go. That's the bit I missed earlier. Excellent. I mean, I'm sure I've missed lots of bits on these models. This is going to be one of those classic ones where you go to take a picture at the end and you're like, this looks great. Oh, it looks awful. Gonna have a bit of water because staying hydrated is important. Have you had enough water today? There we go. Ah, where's it gone? Where's my Kislev flesh gone? What? Hmm? Hi, if you're just joining us, this is Non-Binary Painter Looks for Things. Ah, there we go. Kislev flesh. Good, good, good. Emma Benton says, every time you ask if we've had enough water, I feel attacked. What do you think that is, Emma? Do you think it's because you've had enough water and I should stop asking, or is there some other reason you may feel personally attacked when I ask if you've had enough water today? That's probably something worth exploring. Who could possibly say? Fuck's sake. Really don't like Citadel paint pots. I just don't. There, I said it. Someone had to. I don't know why the chat's talking about the Norman invasion of England, but it's as long as you're having fun. Sammy Jai says, my watch just vibrated and told me I haven't moved in over an hour, so now I'm pacing the floor until it leaves me alone. go. Just, you can see on that leg, bring in the lighter skin tone. It's not very smooth, but I am going to shade this and then go back over it with another layer. So it's kind of all right to be a little bit messy. Base coating often is. It's fine. This looks bad. It'll be fine, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Are you alright there, chat? We doing alright? We all having a bit... Things getting a little bit heated talking about Norman Viking integration. Do I need to turn this car around? Are we going to cancel the trip to Legoland? Okay. I've been to Legoland since I was a child. Pirate Falls was pretty great, I'm not gonna lie. Skin, skin, skin. I'm painting skin. Will says, I went to Legoland when I was 29. I took my nephew and niece. Bloody brilliant. Oh, actually, I did go. I must have been 24, 25 last time I went. We went and saw, like, Halloween fireworks. You know, that massive Halloween tradition. But it was good fun. I don't think Pirate Falls was open that day. So, just lay it on some lighter skin tone. And then when the shade comes, that'll darken down and sort of get into the... Okie dokie, chat. We're going to stop talking about history now because some people are getting quite sort of het up and salty. I'm not going to name names, but I will swing hammers if it comes down to it. So I think we can either probably just stop talking about it and just, you know, just let that go past as just one other small incident in, you know, like the unending river of time in life's rich pageantry, or I can start banning people. So does that seem excessive? Maybe. Am I going to do it anyway? Absolutely. So just stop it. There we go. It's that easy. What is the ribbony thing on the chainsword? The ribbony thing on the chainsword is basically like, I don't know, like, because I know the wax that's affixing it is purity wax, and this is basically like, it's got text on it. It's like doctrine about the you know, the empire and the god emperor and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know loads about it, if I'm perfectly honest, but basically it's a big thing in the Imperium of Man, where people have stuff written down. Could be shopping lists for all I know, but Elizabeth Rakowski says, I'm sad I have to go, but I'm off to do some ballet. See you. Have fun. I hope it goes well. May your pliés be perfect and your That's the only thing I know about ballet. Have fun though. Chaos says it's important receipts. God, you'd be so annoyed if you got hit with a melter. It's like, no, my receipts have been burned up. I'm gonna have to pay for all my own bolter ammo. It's a participation trophy. Space Marines and Sisters of Battle get them for doing well, but not well enough for a medal, says Will. Okie dokie, right, so that's the skin tone done on that one. Well, not the skin tone, the second skin colour, I guess, done on there. And Mrs. G says, I've settled down 2-year-old human enough to finally watch stream. What have I missed? I told the bee joke. That's today's big headline. Just painting some Sisters Repentia from 40k, to be honest with you. We're doing all right. We're shading them now. So with an hour left, we should be able to finish these by the end of the stream, which is great, because I think that means I will have painted all of my Repentia. I'll have the full unit done, and that means I can move on to assembling Celestine the Living Saint, which a friend got me for my last birthday, which is very exciting. Jack Wood says, I seem to remember someone calling the Admex Purity Seals Eulers. That is it's a specific joke, but I like it. Lions87 has done a superb chat saying, hi Johnny, you were kind enough to talk to my friend and I for about 15 minutes after the first ever live Oxventure. Absolute legend, and so happy that your Patreon and shows are doing well. Thank you so much, Lions87. That show was wild. It was such a rush. Like, what, 150 people at the Vault Festival? And then just sort of having some pints afterwards and just chatting to people. It was lovely. I had a really, really good time. So thank you for being there. Because sort of going to a weird tunnel under Waterloo feels a bit weird to watch people play D&D live, but goodness me, did people ever turn out. It was great. Even though my friend in the tech box played Wild Wild West at the end, just to annoy me. This brush is not coming clean. Ugh. Kislev flesh. Not tasty. That'll do. I'll clean that later. These brushes are kind of on their way out. Oh. Oh, bollocks. I've not done the Sister Superior for the Repentia. That's fine. She's a completely different paint job, so that's fine. Will says, I missed that, but I did go to the Frankly Bananas Eurogamer Challenge show at the same fest and almost died laughing. That was a lot. I think the most cursed bit of that was when I decided to start reading out erotic XCOM fan fiction to make Chris cringe. It was a lot. Okay. 1, 2. Wait a fucking minute. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's right, because you get 9 sisters and you get a Sister Superior. Fine. This is the lady who sort of leads the Repentia sisters. Phew. Well, that's good. Okay. Right. Agraxus Shade 2, yeah. Eventual Genius says, speaking of Oxventure, have you ever thought of doing a Watch with the DM live commentary stream or video? It sort of... It's come up once or twice in conversation with the Oxventurers. I think it's kind of partly why the podcast sort of came into existence, because it's just fun to revisit old episodes and talk about some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Would I sort of do a director's, well, not director, DM's sort of commentary stuff? Maybe. I don't know. I think it would be weird to do it on my own channel, but obviously, like, it's a lot of work to do it for Ox and Oxtra. Like, my freelance retainer that I'm on with them sort of covers only so much sort of recording per session, so never say never, basically. Right, shade's going down, and hopefully now, for the first time, you can see what the fagged swordsmen look like. Come on. You can see the sort of fleur-de-lis design, and that's the in the middle is the symbol of the Inquisition. Obviously, this is wet, so it looks quite shiny, and it won't be like that for F4. But yeah, we're getting there. Burrito2 has done a super chat saying, "Hey Johnny, why didn't you like XCOM 2 very much?" I don't know, I just didn't gel with it much. I think it might have been the timers. I know that was a pretty common thing for people. I just kept restarting it and just not having as good a time as I hoped, so I just stopped playing it after a while. I bloody loved Chimera Squad. That was excellent. I might stream that sometime because it's just a really tight strategy game. And I just absolutely loved it. Steve Anderson says, "Please tell me those are jorts." Steve Anderson, if that's what you want to believe in your heart of hearts, who am I to stop you? They can be jorts if you want them to be. Just don't ask me to say it out loud. Whoa, super chats are piling in. Severin Tiger has done a super chat saying, "Sorry about chat, C parent. You're all good. Do not worry. It has stopped, and that is the important bit." And Brian Schoner has done a super chat saying, "Have you ever heard the Paul and Storm song Nun Fight? It's both funny and relevant. Probably not for doing on stream though. What with the DMCA and all." DMCA. I don't think I've heard that song. I have seen Paul and Storm live. They supported Jonathan Coulton in the Union Chapel in London. That was a long old time ago now. That was easily a decade ago. Maybe slightly less actually, but I'll check it out because it sounds like a hoot. Checkerbeard says, "How many songs do you have on the brain simultaneously, Johnny?" Oh God, I don't know. Really not sure. Macross44 says, "Got any of the Nundams?" Here, mate. You got any of them Nundams? No, not yet. I'd like some, but my paint pile got quite big, and I said to myself, "Look, paint what you got, and then we can talk about new models." And you know what? I was doing amazingly well. I was getting through my frankly massive Skaven backlog to the point where it is actually relatively manageable. And then I left Dicebreaker, and they sent me an enormous Carriage and Overlord Skyfleet. So now I've got loads and loads of Sky Dwarf stuff to paint up, which I'll get round to someday. It's quite nice doing this 40k stuff actually, just as a little a treat. What am I going to do after this? I might do some more rats. I just like doing them. There's a fun little breaker. Brian Schoner says, "How does the Discord not have a music channel?" It does. It's called Tunes. Brian. Sorry, that's probably an English. No, it's not. Like, well, there's some tunes. It's called Tunes. Tunes. Valdis Fox says, "Surely that doesn't count. You didn't buy it." It counts, all right. It's all there on the shelf. There's some stuff I'm not counting. Like I've got a box of Kill Team that I got sent by Warhammer when I was at Dicebreaker for review. But I don't play Kill Team, and like it's just sort of gathering dust here. But yeah, I just want to get through more of the stuff. Oof. Anonymous says, what is the most musical fish? The tuna. Very good. Tuna. Is there a piano fish or am I making that up? It wouldn't be as good a punchline. Just curious. Right. That's the shade done on these 5. Sure enough, they're drying very quickly. But I shall leave them for a few minutes longer anyway. Jack Wood says, on the subject of paint piles, did you see Dana's new video? I didn't watch it yet, but I can only assume Dana Howell's paint pile is enormous. Dana gets sent a lot of stuff. A lot of terrain and stuff. But then, like, they paint constantly, so maybe it's not that bad. Chaos says, my son's favourite joke. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the toilet? Because the P is silent. Very good. The string fish. There we go. Water's good, isn't it? Oh, interesting. Frodo Baggins says, going back to Oxventure and the recent Q&A, I kind of felt what Andy said when he mentioned how Blazing the Dark is built upon constant potential failures and why he prefers D&D. I don't mind failing per se, but after a while I feel like I'm just being a burden to the rest of the group, if that makes sense. I get that. I think it depends how centralized failure is in the story. I've been in games of Blazing the Dark where people like have, I don't know, like failing and being imperfect and screwing up has really been central to it. But I guess, yeah, I can see how that's not a fun experience for people. Oh, Bob's off. Take care of yourself, Bob, and catch you soon, I'm sure. Cyborg Penguin says, what do you call an elephant stuck up a tree? An elephant? Wow, that shade dried incredibly fast. So, here's how we're looking. Sort of. Just, you know, just a nun. Just running around with a sword. Just, you know, loving life. Live, laugh. Right, well, let's crack on again. I'm going to get a little brush now. Thunder Cookie says, since my day sucked so much, let me regale you with an interesting tidbit. Today is International Blood Donation Day. I'm sorry you had a bad day, Thunder Cookie. Thank you for the knowledge about International Blood Donation Day. Good luck to all of you out there bleeding into a bag today. Right, we're going to start off again on the skin tones. We're going to go back in with the exact same colour, the Kislev flesh, and to sort of hit up the raised parts of the muscles here. And then I'll do a similar thing with the brown skin tones, but with obviously browns. And then we'll do a little highlight on some of the clothes and the cream, and, you know, just finish the model, basically. Oops. Captain Sparklefish says, bleeding into a bag is a horrible way to phrase it. Isn't it just? Here we go. So, what I'm just doing here is picking out bits of the leg to do in that lighter colour. That's quite extreme, isn't it? It'll probably calm down in a minute as it dries, but just to kind of really heighten the sense of musculature, and I've come to realise why I felt like these models in particular came out looking sketchy, and it's because this is quite a transparent layer paint, and I used Agrat's Earthshade, which is quite a grimy shade, so it kind of, I get it now, basically. I don't hate it, I quite like it, but it's interesting kind of working out why you've painted something the way you have, or why it looks the way it does. Always learning, every day's a school day. Except for no one's picking on me. Not anymore. Sounded more threatening than I meant to, even though I said it in a gravelly voice on purpose. He's talking shit now, aren't I? Cody Wilson has done a super chat saying, will you ever add lo-fi to your chill streams? I mean, I know that, like, is it Lo-Fi Girl, the one who does like all the To Study To streams, has said you can start using it as a creator, but I don't know. I'd rather just people do their own thing, listen to what they want to listen to. And it means I can listen to what I want in my headphones. I don't get a copyright strike. Like, I like lo-fi beats, but not for 4 hours at a time once a week. There we go. That's the skin looking good enough, I'm going to call that. Not my best work, not my worst either. So it will look fine in a unit. Frodo Baggins says, what are you listening to right now, if I may ask? This is just a random Spotify playlist. That was Barbary Coast by Conor Oberst. Next up, we've got Birthday Cake by Slothrust. Slothrust is actually one of my favourite bands. So, that's good. Right. Sorry, now I've gone silent. I was just trying to concentrate on that bit of leg, and it looks fine. I don't do big patches of like human skin very often, so it's kind of been a learning experience for me. There we go. That's that skin done. Right. Now, we're going to go back in with the same brown we used on this skin, because obviously the shade will have darkened it down. So it just means that what's an area we can do it on. Okay, let's look at the inside of this leg. You see how like the light's catching on sort of the come on, inside of the like here, the inside of the calf. If I now go back in with that brown, it's a subtle change, but there you go. I've just added a bit. You see that you can make out the difference between the colours, and it just really helps sort of, again, just add depth to that skin and not make it look so flat. Because like we were talking about earlier, if you're trying to paint brown skin, you can make it look very ashy by mistake just by sort of putting brown down. But in understanding that sort of skin has sort of layers of colour to it, in the same way that painting has layers, so you can kind of just play around with the recessed areas and the raised bits to generate a sense of depth. Like a weird kind of colour magic. So there we go. It's only very subtle, but I think it looks alright. Might go back in again with this, with a slightly lighter brown. If I will, yeah. Oh, I need to do the hair on this one. Didn't realise they had hair. Lucenthius says, yes, my dad has agreed to bring me a saw when he drops off the moving boxes this weekend. I'm going to cut down the tiny tree and turn it into a druid staff. So hyped. You're making yourself a druid staff? I mean, that's pretty badass, I'm not going to lie. That's kind of cool. Okay. There we go. What's that? Shit, I did it again. Oh, no, I didn't. It's fine. Okay. I always get this wrong. Nyalathorich says, I found painting skin tones the same as fabric for layering for where you want the light. Then once you have the tone in the way you want, a light blue or purple wash helps the tone feel real. Interesting. Good tip. I never think to use blue or purple washes. I should, because I started this off with a purple base coat. we go. That's another one. Diddle-a-doo. First one will be dry by now, so I'm going to get a lighter brown, which is this tone, which is lighter than this tone, kind of almost olivey really. I'm going to mix this in with what I just painted with, and then we're going to just do a final little highlight, just where the light is really hitting sort of the raised areas, and then that'll be the skin done on those 3 models. It's funny, this paint's kind of almost olivey. We'll see how it works. It's the Vallejo equivalent of Mornfang Brown. I haven't used it very much. Sorry, bumped the mic. You see that there? Just on the legs. Again, the inside of that knee. And the shin on the straight leg. It's funny because, like, I think it's a very easy trap to fall into. I've certainly found this. Working with highlights are kind of, you know, at the start, I really felt like highlights had to be bright and they had to be obvious. But that's not what you get with things like dark skin tones. You just get areas of sort of lighter skin, but it's not. It's almost like a warmth rather than an actual like lightness, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm kind of trying to build in here. Come on. There you go. So you can see I've done the legs, but I've not done the arms. Hopefully you can see that the arms look a bit flatter than the legs. I find this sort of thing quite relaxing, really. I don't always find miniature painting relaxing, but these steps where you can kind of bring it all together with just careful brush strokes is really nice. Yeah, quite pleased with that. 1 down, 2 to go. Ooh. Thomas Jackson says, been meaning to ask, what do you do with your bases? Rebase the figure, ground cover, paint it black? That's what I do. I don't really tend to rebase the figure. I keep it on there and I just push stuff around it. Sometimes I'll just do like scatter, like leafleter stuff or texture paint. I've never really got massively into basing, and I wish I'd cared more about it, because I see some people's bases and they're fucking gorgeous, but it's like, I find it a bit of a chore sometimes, to be perfectly honest with you, but that's probably because I started off painting a Skaven army, and that's a lot of bases. So, ooh, that's a bit too much. I should really try and get myself more enthused about basing, because a good base job can really elevate a model, and I just tend to be quite lazy and get it over and done with. There we go. Ta-da. Oi. So what's everyone got planned for the rest of the day? What are you doing this evening? I might try and get an early night, because I stayed up late last night with Blood Bowl friends. Right, that's the skin done on that one. Let's do metals next. Whoa, wake up at 2 a.m. due to heat, so definitely getting an early night tonight. Fucking hell. I'm probably going to butcher your name, but Ancalach Ferger? I'm sorry. Jaybird says, probably drinking more beer in my pants, to be honest. Yeah, fair enough. Trezen says, trying desperately not to become a puddle. Also good. Who MD21 says, I just bought Slime Rancher, and I'll be testing if my laptop can run it. I doubt it, but you never know. That sounds like a fine pursuit for your evening. Okay, where's the old... Welcome back to Non-Binary Person Looks for Things. Today, it's already over. Because we found the Stormhost Silver. Kalok Fargok. Kalok Far... Oh, because Kalok... Yeah, Gok. Yeah, it's the same letters. Kalok Fergok. Kalok Fergok. Kalok Fergok. Thank you, and apologies to everyone whose name I butcher. I know your pain, and I'm sorry that I'm causing some of it. Just slapping down a bit of like a silvery colour on some of this metal just to break it up a little bit. Nothing too precise, to be honest, because life's too short sometimes. But I'm just going in and giving the little circular diodes a little touch as well so they stand out a little bit more. And just the very tips of the teeth on the saw. This little necklace. Okay, there we go. More metals. We're going to get these done today. That's exciting, isn't it? Metal's done on that one. Need a bit more of that silver. Oh, I can't believe we've been going nearly 4 hours now. The first hour felt quite slow, possibly because I was so incredibly hot, but then the rest of it's really flown by. And the best thing is it's going to be quite cool out there. So the flat's going to start getting cooler. I can take the dog out. She refused to go to the toilet earlier, so I can finally encourage her to have a wee. Whole world's my oyster, basically. Another half hour and I'm going to be picking up dog poo. It's going to be great. There we go. That's the metals done there. Okay. Huh. See what I mean about this being a puzzle? See on the hip here, this little banner. I thought this bit up here was a big metal plate. No, it's just more of the scroll. But oh well. Done it now. Come on, autofocus, play the game. There we go. We're very nearly done. I'm going to get a slightly brighter red out. Welcome back to Non-Binary Person Looks for Things. This episode we're looking for Where's Dakka Red? Where is it? There it is. The episodes are short, but it's quality television, you have to admit. Can't wait for the season finale. Whee. Talking of things with very short episodes, have you ever seen Molang? It's like a kids animation show about a bunny called Molang who lives with a bird called Pew Pew, and there's no actual dialogue. They sort of chatter to each other, but it's you know, it's not a language, but it's absolutely hilarious. Episodes are about 2 minutes long, maybe, and they're just wonderful. Like, Molang and Pew Pew are real agents of chaos. I can highly recommend it. I think it's Korean made. There are episodes on Netflix. Dave Longan says, I can't wait for the next episode of NBPLFT. Well, just you wait. because I'll be looking for something soon. There you go, highlighted that red shirt. That's quite bold, but oh well. It's fine. Yeah, it's a bit like Pingu, Julia Echo. It's hilarious, genuinely. I'm painting a butt. Ta-da. Too cool for Cape says, what will they look for next? What will I look for next? What do I need? Not much. Probably... not sure. Because the grey I need is just here. So I've already found that bit. That one's done. No. Red's done there as well. I'm painting a butt. What a world. Okay. Right, and then we're just going to do this final highlight. I don't think I'm going to highlight the cream, to be honest. I quite like the way it looks. Ooh, that is not a clean brush at all. It's just so fucking hot in here. It's like the paint is drying on the brush as I'm painting it. Yikes. Ah. That'll do. Oh. Yep, that was a fleck of paint. Delicious. Peter Michigan says, hello, sorry I'm late, I had to do some stuff. Love the blacksmith vibe you've got going on. Thank you very much for the compliment, but you don't need to apologise. You had some stuff going on. This isn't an appointment for you to keep. I ain't your dentist. Itchy hand. Right. Grey. I'm going to paint a butt. I've painted a butt. Oops, sorry. Oh, God, sorry. It's brutalising the microphone. Come on, autofocus. I've painted a butt. Nearly there. Nevermore says, at least it makes you happy, Johnny. Who wouldn't be happy to paint a butt? I'm painting a butt again. What a treat. Butts are great. Ta-da! A butt. You know what? I'm pretty pleased with these, and I think I'm ready to call them done. There's some other stuff I could highlight, like the hoods and stuff, but I think they fit in pretty well with the ones I painted months and months and months ago. So this is one I'd already done, and this is one I've just done today. And yeah, they're a pretty good match. And together, they look pretty alright. So, yeah. I think we might call it there, because if I start something now and, and try and do it for 10 minutes, I'm only going to get put off and I'll never touch it again. I've learned that the hard way before. Do not start doing something new when you're just at the end of a painting stream. So I will start bidding you a fond farewell. Thank you for sticking with me throughout this painting stream. It's been lovely. You've been an absolute delight as ever. If you want to see more of me, I'm going to be back on Thursday. No, I don't shave my armpits, by the way. That's just... I still have much armpit hair. I'm going to be back on Thursday for a game stream. Not entirely sure what I'm going to be playing on Thursday yet. But we'll work something else out. We'll work something out, rather. Oh, words are hard. So anyway, yeah, thank you so much for sticking with me on this slightly sleepy, very delirious, very hot painting stream. I'll be back on Thursday with a game stream, and then Saturday there'll be a new episode of Pressini Chiodini, and then we'll be back. The week will start again, and we'll be back here painting. So, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Drop a like on the thing. It helps with the algorithm, and it means that more people can discover me, and the channel will grow, and that'll be nice for everybody, because more skeleton pals, more skeleton pals. If somehow you didn't already know, I'm on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Johnny Chiodini. If you look at the top of my channel, there is a button that says support me on Patreon. You can just click that and it'll take you straight to the page, and you can have a look at all the different tiers and all the good stuff that's going on over there. But most importantly, I want to thank you very much for watching, and wish you a lovely, happy rest of the day, however much of it is left. So yeah, I'll catch you later in the week. Take care of yourselves.